The things I want to say, the things I want to do to the people at Microsoft headquarters. I totally forgot. I shut down my computer and there was an update, and guess who didn't check on it? Guess who didn't check before, you know, going live? Sorry if it's your first time here and you're witnessing my inadequacy. Sorry. I swear I know what I'm doing some days. But today is not that day. It's not one of those days. No, I didn't offend the machine god. Microsoft did. Ah. Look, I have too much stuff hooked up to try to switch to Linux. Honestly, I can't. Already so much of my stuff works, you know, with the exception of the microphone. Alright, that means I need to check. Hang on. Means I need to check my redeems. 1 second. Settings. General settings. Okay, that's still good. Okay. Okay, hi! Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss the scuff? I had this moment, it's actually really funny. Right before I started talking, I had this premonition, I had this feeling in my bones. It was like, that's not gonna work, is it? And I was correct, it didn't. It didn't. No, we're not going on a crusade. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me go through the things. Dinofan, thank you for the 21 months. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's, yeah, 2 years. Wow. And Lamb, thank you for the 18 months as well. I will drink my water. I'll drink my water. Man, sorry. Sorry, guys. I've been missing you and Froggy, my two favorite VTubers. Is she not streaming? Was she not streaming last week? I could have sworn she was. Yeah, she was still streaming last week. She didn't disappear. Oh, yeah, I know she's on holiday right now, but last week... Oh, man. Oh, now my Twitch is being weird. There we go. I was like, why am I not seeing new messages? Discover your YouTube videos recently. Love them. Oh, I'm so glad that you can catch me live. Sorry that you had to suffer through that. Me struggling, fixing my settings and making sure everything was right. It's fine though. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm only a little upset. I'm only a little bothered. Anyways, excuse me. Sorry. How unladylike of me. How unladylike of me. Let's see. I'm pulling up all the tabs that I need to pull up. Yeah, I'm glad. It always makes me happy when people say they saw my videos and they're catching me live for the first time. That brings joy to my soul. Oh, that's not what I... 1 second. Da 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 da. I swear, I am a professional. I just forgot how to do things because, you know, it's been like a whole week. It's been a whole week since I've done this. It feels really weird. Oh, Shadow Knight, thank you for the bit. I watch you on YouTube. Oh, and you got your first Warhammer thing. You got the Combat Patrol Tyranid Assault Brood. Oh, nice. Good for you. I hope your painting journey goes well. I hope it goes well. That I know a lot of people, I think in the Discord, paint Tyranid, so you should check that out, because if you want advice, the community is really wholesome and chill. They got good advice. Did you get up to any shenanigans during your time away? No, I was working for the Emperor. No shenanigans, no shenanigans allowed. It's just, you're not allowed to have shenanigans. I'm tweaking. How's my dad doing? My dad's doing great. He's doing awesome. He's doing great. Guys. The next stream with Spider Dad's coming up. It's in like 3 weeks. Are you ready? You're not ready. You're not ready. I've been slowly putting in the Spider Dad clips to get the hype back up. No, you're not, handsome one. You're not ready, especially because my dad is the most handsome one. Will it be you beating him at Mario Kart? It's... I won't lie. It has been a hot minute since we have played Mario Kart against each other. Most of the time when we play Mario Kart, we are on a team. And we're playing against the computers. So... it's been a while. We haven't done a competition like that. I'm thinking about what we're gonna do, and here's what I'm thinking, chat. Here's what I'm thinking. I was thinking, I have to double check to make sure the quizzes exist, but we are going to do Space Marine Legion quizzes for him. So we can explain a little bit about the Space Marine Legion, see which one he fits into the best. I think that would be cool. So I think there's a Chaos, like a Traitor Legions one, and then there's a Loyalist. So I think we'll have 2 tests to take, and then I can explain things, and then if we have time and if we want to, Mario Kart. Which Mario Karts have I played? The Wii, the DS, no, the GameCube, the Wii, the DS, the 3DS, Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 on both the Wii U and the Switch, and that's it. I have not played, Mario Kart World. I don't know if I want to get a Switch too. I've not played all of them. I did not play the N64 one. I did not play that one. At least I'm pretty sure I didn't. Mario Kart's my best game. It's my first time watching you on stream since I didn't know you did Twitch. Yay! Yeah! Honestly, okay. If people like when I make the VODs of the video so they don't have to watch a whole stream to see my reaction to a video, but honestly, I think the streams are where it's at. I don't think you get a really good feel for my content and who I am unless you watch the stream. Double Dash based, yes. Is my dad a good person and a pyromaniac? He's probably salamanders. He's not a pyromaniac, but he's a pretty good guy. I wanted to watch him play Darktide. Dude, I would have to borrow someone, like my friend's PC, for him to play Darktide. Holy moly. My dad's not played games like that probably in ages. I'm not saying he didn't play them before, but whoo. Did you miss the neck cracks? Did you miss those? Did you miss feeling uncomfortable? Streams are the dreams. Oh, Devil May Rise, thank you for the 2 months. Oh, thank you. I appreciate your kind words. I appreciate it. Yes, I hope I get my happily ever after with Sanguinius, but, you know. Unfortunately, it's just not gonna happen. Let him play solo? Darktide? Why would I do that to him? Why would I do that to my dad? Like, I want him to, like, come back and do other streams with us. Why in the world would I... No. It wouldn't be that funny. Oh, no. Look. No. Someone on YouTube said, Spider Dad playing Darktide with Froggy and Pank. No. I cannot trust either of them to behave themselves around my father. No. You don't have to be there. No. I have to be there. No. Oh my gosh. I'm not... No. Oh my word. That's a Google Docie waiting to happen. Yeah, my dad's gonna write it. My experience with Froggy PhD and Pancreas no work. Oh my word. No, look, if I was nervous before about telling my dad I'm a VTuber, he's going to be worried about who I'm friends with. He knows about Froggy. I've talked about her. He knows about her. I referred to her before he found out I was streaming. I called her my UK friend. So. Boss, you do have a squad of guys willing to step up and protect the Spider Dad. I know my whole chat will, but look, I can't stop Froggy and Pancreas from doing their shenanigans and saying unhinged things. I mean, come on. Like, there is a type of content creation that is purely designed for, like, to get shock value, to get people surprised. And I believe those two people thrive in that category. See, I'm not the kind of, like, VTuber that's gonna say something really, really unhinged and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she said that. Like, I'm not entertaining in that way. They have a bit more of that than me. I can't control that. Could always use Zoran, Bricky, or Goomba as safety. Well, we'd have to even see if they'd want to meet my dad. Oh man, think of the content. I care about my dad more than I do the content. Yes, I'm very say-so. For the most part. I love a good suggestive joke every once in a while. And a little... Oh, just thinking about it makes me cringe. Let's just say, guys, I have more information about my friends and acquaintances. I have more information about them than you do. And honestly, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna play it safe. Oh man. Oh man, I really, dude, I want the pre-orders for the Telemon to be soon. Oh my gosh. Ah. I crave so bad. Like, I'm debating just getting the whole box just to, like, guarantee I have the Telemon. Even though I don't like the tank and the bikes are okay, I'm just like, oh, but the Telemon, it's so beautiful and shiny and pretty. Oh my gosh. I love that the chat is still going on about the Pancreas and Froggy thing. Pancreas, have you seen how unhinged he can be at the endings of his videos? Look, I wasn't gonna say it because he already, like, you know, he already, like, called me out in a video. So, you know, I'm already, like, surprised there's not a Google Docy already. And then on YouTube, I mean, Pank and Feet, and then Froggy, well, oops. Took a clip to send to Frog. I trust Froggy more. I trust Froggy. I trust Froggy more. But I know she would say unhinged things. See, Pancreas is the wild card. I just don't know. I just don't know what's gonna come out of his mouth sometimes. Froggy, I expect the unexpected. And even then she will still surprise me, but I would also say, okay, so Aaron here, who is a longtime member of Froggy's channel, said, to be honest, Frog will get shy. I can see that. My dad also has, how do I put it? He has the kind of personality where it's a strong personality. He kind of fills up the space. He's very kind, courteous, and polite. And tell me, like, what your thoughts are on this, chat, because he has an aura. And maybe it's just because my dad, and, like, in a way, I'm, like, intimidated a little bit by him. Obviously, like, I love him, and he's very nice and kind to me and, like, everyone he meets. But he has this presence about him. It's like a firmness. Not no nonsense per se, because he's a very silly guy at times. No, I'm not talking about Pancreas. I'm talking about my dad. I don't know what kind of aura you're saying Pancreas has. Big dad energy? Yeah, something like that. I don't know if that's accurate, though. No. There's just a way about him where it's like you can't get away with stuff when you're around. Oh, no. Oh, no. You'll get a message from Froggy later asking if you want a new second mother. For legal reasons, this is a joke, but honestly, she would do that. Pancreas... No, Pancreas No Work is not my father. Pancreas No Work is another Warhammer content creator. Look him up on YouTube. He's got a ton of videos, great stuff. Do I have a Pancreas command? I think I do. Here, I think I have a link. There you go. There you go. There's your link. Thank you for the bits, by the way. I formally apologize for bringing this up. Also, I agree your dad has aura. Look, it's made for an interesting conversation, to say the least. I hope Froggy doesn't get too annoyed. I just don't want my dad to judge me for the people I associate with. He's gonna be like, these are interesting people, Aurelia. Anyways, go follow Pancreas, and then, you know, while we're here, go follow, let's see, go follow Froggy too. They're both fun. That one work? Okay, good. Yeah, go follow both of them. They're lots of fun. Say to believe it. Thank you for the prime. I'm still tired, chat. I am still perpetually tired. It never... it never stops. It never stops. Anyways, we have stuff we should watch. Done and done, were you on vacation? I was working for the Emperor. I was working for the Emperor. I was unavailable. Happens periodically. Sometimes it happens for larger stretches of time. Yep, no, the grind never stops. It never stops. Oh my gosh, this is wild. I just got a text from my dad. I was like, oh. What did he send me? Oh. No, he doesn't know. I mean, he knows I stream, but he doesn't know anything right now. So. I apologize. The audio redeem seemed to be broken again today. I apologize. But it works out because, you know, we're watching stuff, so I don't have those on anyways. That's weird. I thought... I'm gonna blame Windows. Blame Windows. Yes, I am doing well. We're going to switch screens. Let me move this over here. Boop. I will take recommendations again today because I didn't have time to collect as many videos as I wanted to. So if you're in the Discord, throw things in the live stream chat. That's the next step. Okay. Will GW ever partner with Lego? No, I don't think so. It would be interesting, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. Shoot. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Good. I'm trying to catch up on all my messages. It's bad. I am behind on messages. Oh shoot, I need to readjust my screen. I cropped it because we looked at the Radiant Suns Codex. We should do that. We should do that again. Sorry, it's all cropped and weird. There we go. There. Ta-da! Fixed. Fixed. Make my dad hanging out with Pancreas and Froggy an impossible sub goal. That did cross my mind, except like... you guys would be crazy and you'd get it, and I'm scared. 97 notifications. Oh, when you have a YouTube channel, you get notified by every comment. See, these are all the comments. So, yeah. Yeah, so I obviously, I try to read as many comments as I can. I can't get to all of them, but... yes, I do remember the Taco Bell bronze statues. I know you guys will... I know you guys will do crazy things, and I would like to make it known, one of the people who donated for the Taco Bell statues was the person that brought up making it an impossible sub goal, which is why I'm very concerned. See, I'm very concerned because I know that person will stop at nothing. Anyways, yeah, so if you want to suggest a video, I grabbed just a few here that I thought seemed interesting, but I didn't have time to grab more. It is true, they do have Taco Bell in the Imperial Palace. I get my Baja Blast from there. It's great. Parameters for the video, Warhammer. It can be fantasy if you want it to be. I haven't done some fantasy stuff in a while, but that's mainly because, like, a lot of the fantasy stuff is, like, Pancreas's domain, and I feel bad for, like, you know, watching, like, too many of one person's videos, like, all the time. Like, that just feels weird to me. I don't know if I'm overthinking it. It's possible. It's possible I'm overthinking that. But yeah, Warhammer video doesn't have to be a lore video. It could be like a comic. Keep it relatively clean, you know? So, yeah, the Russian Badger ones were really fun. I really enjoyed those. Don't want to become the #1 Pank fan channel. Yeah, I feel like that'll come off weird if that's what happens. So, you know. Okay. Okay. This guy's got a couple of videos, but we haven't watched one in a hot minute. We watched the Blood Angels one. That was good. But we all know the Necrons will inevitably suffer and have a terrible, 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 terrible life. Okay, let me do sound check.
You were born with a death sentence. The countdown timer kind.
Do you guys like that? Do you guys like that audio sound? It sounded good to me. Can it be the TTS series? Oh, I watched that. I watched that already. It was like one of the first things I watched. My community was like badgering me about it. It's one of my older playlists, but if you look, it is in my playlists. Such a good series. Such a really good series. Some of my best psycher moments happened then. Some of my best psycher moments. And welcome in, Last Luna Wolf. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Throw your suggestions in the Discord livestream channel. I'll go through them, and if I find one interesting, I will watch it. Are your psycher moments like your pretty moments? No. They're like actual psych. Caro, you've been here. You know about the psycher moments. You know about the psycher moments. They're not the pretty moments. Anyways. Why do their lives suck? We all know why.
You were born with a death sentence. The countdown timer kind. Complete with radiation poisoning. Welcome to life as a Necrontyr. 30 years if you were lucky, 40 if you were exceptional, 50 if the universe owed you a favor. Why? Your son hated you. Radiation poured off it like a cosmic middle finger. Yep. Lesions by puberty, brittle bones by your teens, coughing up blood by 16. You know the math. Everyone did. You'd be dead before your parents' tomb finished settling. And yet, you met her at a memorial. Because that's where Necrontyr met people. Funerals, tomb dedications, the occasional my uncle lasted 40 years celebration. She laughed at something you said.
That's cute.
You don't remember what. You remember the laugh.
Aww.
You got married knowing you'd both be dead in 20 years.
Yeah.
Had a daughter knowing she...
You gotta get it done. You gotta get it done while you still can.
He'd inherit the same countdown. Did it anyway. Because what's the alternative? Die alone and pointless? At least this way the short time meant something. Your daughter was 6 now. You were 27. Your wife called you old man as a joke. It wasn't really a joke. Some nights, your daughter climbed into your lap while you sat on the roof watching the stars that were killing you.
Oh.
She asked why the sky was so pretty if it made everyone sick. You said you didn't know. She said that seemed unfair. Smart kid. She'd started coughing last month, just a little, just sometimes. You pretended not to notice. Your wife, a minor noble like you, held your hand through your fevers. Your brother worked the forges, made beautiful things with shaking hands. Said if he was going to die young, at least he'd leave something behind. Your sister kept family records, tracked everyone's early deaths like baseball stats. Someone had to remember. Your homeworld had 2 types of buildings, houses for the living, tombs for the dead. The tombs were bigger. You'd spent 3 years building yours, added a wing for your daughter, for later. Normal stuff. Your people got really good at technology out of spite, built starships, developed self-repairing living metal, mastered stasis tech. Still couldn't fix the radiation problem, so you spread out. Colonization.
It's bad.
Maybe find
Bad
stars
time.
that weren't actively murderous. That's when your scouts found the old ones. Ancient aliens, immortal, psychic god
Flexing.
wizards who'd been thriving for millions of years while your species died young. They had the power to cure your kind, reshape biology, grant eternal life. But they said no. Why?
We don't like you.
Well, nobody knows. You never got a clear answer, but what you did know was that they could have helped you, and that was enough. The envy curdled into hatred, hatred into war. So your leadership declared war. But spite doesn't win wars. The old ones had reality-bending psychic powers and wormhole networks. You had advanced tech and rage. Your brother got conscripted. 6 months later, his ship got erased. Portal opened inside the hull. Your sister carved his name into the family tomb. She was coughing blood now, too. The war dragged on. More fleets lost, more names carved. Your sister joined the archives of the dead. Then your scientists found something. The Catan. Star gods. Pure energy beings that fed on stellar radiation. They wanted physical bodies. Your people could build them. So they offered you a deal. If you build them bodies, then they would help you win the war and
I receive a metallic, very naked, and quite disturbing sexy body. Be sure to add some abs just in case. Oh no. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think in the trade deal, obviously this is a joke. I don't think they said, oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna turn you, like, put you in a metal body.
and also make you immortal. Your ruler, the Silent King, accepted. So the Catan began conducting biotransference. This process is when your biological body gets destroyed, then your consciousness gets re-uploaded into a metal frame. As a result, you wake up immortal, in a body that can't be killed. Simple, clean, permanent. One prophet warned the math didn't add up, but nobody wanted to hear it. In everyone's defense, when someone offers immortality and your alternative is dying at 30, you don't read the fine print. Biotransference was mandatory. Your body's quality depended on your rank. High nobility got the best shells, near complete preservation. Mid-tier got functional consciousness. Everyone else got whatever was left.
Yeah,
your family qualified. Mid-tier nobles. The night before, you held your daughter, tried to memorize her laugh, what warmth felt like. The facility was enormous. Thousands lined up. Your turn. You picked up your daughter. Your wife took your hand. Together, you entered the chamber. You thought, finally, she'll have time. You thought, we're saved. The machine started. You felt something inside you tear away, something you didn't know you had. Then nothing. Black. Then you woke up. You looked down. Metal, skeletal frame of necrodermis, living metal that repaired itself. Glowing green optics, a Gauss weapon, atomic dissolution gun built into your arm. You looked for your family, found 2 metal bodies nearby, one small. She moved, turned towards you. Green optics flickered. Recognition protocols fired. Then nothing. Just automated responses. Your daughter wasn't sleeping or confused. She was gone. Your wife? Immortal class like you. Her optics flickered. Recognition protocols fired.
That's so sad.
Then nothing. She walked away. Whatever bond existed, deleted. You tried to feel the horror. The memory of the horror existed. The feeling didn't. Since your family was mid-tier nobility, you and your wife got mid-tier bodies. Enough preservation to remember, not enough to feel. Your daughter, she was young, small, unimportant to the hierarchy. She got a warrior chassis. Basic programming, no memories, no awareness, no her.
I didn't think about that. But that's like devastating. Like I was just thinking in general, like, oh yeah, they, as like a race, they just got turned into the Necrons. But like thinking about the relationship, like the familial relationships that you like lose. Dude, that makes me sad.
The Catan didn't care about potential, they cared about rank. Orders came, report for combat. Your body moved automatically. Protocols. Thousands of metal bodies in formation, most empty like your daughter. Warriors, basic consciousness, follow orders, fight, repeat. But you got to remember everything you lost. The war started immediately. War in Heaven Part 2. They deployed you to an Old One world.
Movie poster.
Orders, advance, eliminate resistance. You advanced. The Old One servants shot at you. Plasma, lasers. You walked through it. Necrodermis self-repaired. You raise your Gauss flare, fire. Flesh stripped away atom by atom, they screamed.
I think it was supposed to be the gore.
The first campaign lasted 3 years. No sleep, no food, no rest. Just fight, repair, fight. The Old Ones fell. You tore through their empire, but you felt nothing. Victory tasted like nothing because you had no taste. Then you figured it out. Biotransference hadn't just transferred consciousness, it separated consciousness from soul. Kept the first, fed the second to the Catan. Those star gods ate the part of you that made you more than a calculator with a gun. Everyone figured it out too late. The Catan started fighting each other, consuming each other, getting drunk on your species' souls. Then they started demanding more. More worlds, more death, more feeding. The Silent King realized you traded one master for worse ones. New orders, kill the gods. Your platoon helped corner one. It warped reality, killed soldiers by erasing them from existence. You shot it anyway. It fell. You couldn't actually kill them. They were energy beings, but you could shatter them.
Man, that sash there is doing the Lord's work, because the amount of times I've been like, how close are we getting?
The pieces in prisons. You should have felt vindicated, but you felt nothing. The Silent King's broadcast. The war is won. The
Streamerception. I'm looking at all the... I wonder if this YouTube link here is like an actual one. Necron Explorer.
Old ones are gone. The Catan are contained. We are free. Free. Right. Next order, sleep. Why?
Oh,
the galaxy was wrecked. The Eldar, psychic species the Old Ones had created, were growing stronger. Your kind was too damaged, too diminished, too hollow to fight another war. So the Silent King ordered the Great Sleep. Hibernate in Tomb Worlds, let the younger species rise, fight, and exhaust themselves. Wake up when they're weak. He destroyed his command codes, exiled himself into the void, carrying 60 billion souls worth of guilt. The rest of you, 60 million years in stasis. They loaded you into tomb ships, stasis chambers. Your daughter was somewhere in this army. Maybe one nearby unit was your daughter. You'd never know. You lie down, systems are powering off. You thought, maybe when I wake up, this will make sense. The stasis field activated, and everything went black. And speaking of containment, today's sponsor, Tabletop Stronghold. They're a small business out of West Virginia, and their Mag Case 2.0 is basically the upgrade every hobbyist wishes they'd found sooner. It functions as both a
I'm jealous someone seems to have a sanguinary guard with the nice wings.
Display case and a carry case built with steel trays, and you guessed it, magnets, actual strong magnets, like a hold a 250-pound wizard strong. They even include magnets for your mini bases, so everything stays right where you put it. And the trays, adjustable height, so whether you've got small units or something big enough to need its own tomb wing, it fits.
See, look at that, it looks so nice.
And they have free shipping to the USA, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and most of the EU, so the logistics are more reliable than a Catan keeping their promises. If you're into Terrain 2, they've got the competitive Terrain Set 2.0 with support for all 8 current layouts, modular wall extensions,
not updated,
removable windows, basically tournament ready straight out of the box. And right now you can get 25% off using code GAME25 at checkout. Use my link tabletopstronghold.com/mp4 in the pinned comment or description to grab the deal. Alright, back to the tomb. For you, Nothing. No dreams, no thoughts, no sense of duration. For the galaxy, everything. 60 million years passed. The Eldar rose, built a galaxy-spanning empire, got really into art in excess, eventually birthed a Chaos God through sheer hedonistic overachievement. That collapsed spectacularly. Humanity discovered fire, then warp travel, then had to ruin both. Orcs spread like a galactic fungal infection with guns. The galaxy moved on, evolved, changed completely. You didn't. Just existed in a metal coffin underground. Occasionally, your tomb world shook. Tectonic shifts. New species discovering what was buried, picking at the wrong graves. Canoptech scarabs, little repair robots, scuttled through corridors, patching hull breaches, maintaining life support for unliving things, keeping the tomb functional. Then something changed. A massive impact. Seismic. Close. Really close. Your systems flickered, emergency protocols triggered, revival sequence initiated without authorization. You woke up early. This was a problem. It might have been Eldar Purge fleet or just a tectonic drift. The logs were too corrupted to tell. Didn't matter. Damage was damage. You ran diagnostics, your engramic matrix, the computer storing your consciousness, was corrupted. Data fragmentation, like dropping a hard drive. You remember being a Necrontyr. The radiation sickness, the war, having a family, having a daughter. Wait, what was her name? You searched your memory banks, found the file. It was corrupted. Blank data where her name should be. Your wife's name? Same thing, deleted. Your brother? Sister? Just empty space in the record. Your homeworld's designation? Inaccessible data. You tried to feel panic about losing your family's names. Nothing. Still no emotions. Just the intellectual recognition that you should be panicking. Around you, other Necrons were waking up. Most moved normally, ran diagnostics, waited for orders. Others didn't. One warrior unit was scratching at its own chassis. Repetitive, obsessive, trying to peel back the metal like it was skin. It brushed past you. Flare virus, a curse, the dying scream of a Catan called Londagor. When your kind killed it during the rebellion, it cursed its killers with eternal hunger for the flesh they'd lost. The infected couldn't stop wanting to be organic again. Usually ended with them wearing other people's skin as a sad substitute. Another unit stood perfectly still. Its optics glowed brighter and brighter. Then it started firing its Gauss flare at everything. That's the Destroyer cult. These Necrons looked at eternal life without purpose and made a choice. If they couldn't die, they'd kill everything else, including themselves. Especially themselves. The math didn't work, but they kept trying. Then something phased through the wall. Canoptech Wraiths. Security constructs built before the Great Sleep, programmed to maintain tomb integrity. They drifted toward the corrupted units. Gauss beams. The flare dropped. The Destroyer dropped. Standard quarantine procedure. You check your own systems. Matrix damage, but stable. Emotional capacity, still 0. Memories fragmented, but present. You were functional, technically. The tomb's central processor broadcasts across all frequencies. Critical damage, insufficient forces.
That's so cute. I love that. Look, employee of the year. He's so good at his job.
Return to stasis. Your body complied before you finished processing the command. Hard-coded protocols. Back to the alcove. Back to sleep. The second awakening was scheduled. Professional. Systems online. Welcome to the 41st millennium. You ran diagnostics. Memory check. Necrontyr existence? Fragments. Family? Yes. Names? Corrupted. Faces? Gone. Daughter's laugh? Static. Biotransference? Crystal clear. Trauma?
He's gotta stop with the daughter. It's making me sad.
Always survives. Your Farron, the supreme lord of your entire clan, broadcasts across all frequencies. Standard speech. The galaxy belonged to your kind ones. Time to take.
And there's his little buddy. Oh my gosh.
Get back. Somewhere out there, the Silent King had returned. Now he wanted unity, leadership, forgiveness maybe. Not every dynasty agreed. Some Pharaohs ignored his calls, others openly defied him. 60 million years of independence that had made your kind stubborn. Your dynasty, they chose to listen. For now.
Very cool.
You didn't have the capacity to carry their way, just protocols. Then orders came. Reclaim territory, eliminate resistance. Your forces marched through a dolmen gate, a portal network stolen from the old ones onto a human world. They call themselves the Imperium now. They built cities on top of your tomb. Rude. You advanced, raised your Gauss flare, the humans opened fire. Bullets bounced off like rain. You fired back. A young soldier who couldn't have been more than 20 dissolved screaming, atom by atom. A dying officer grabbed your ankle, left blood on the necrodermis. Warm, wet. You looked at it longer than tactical analysis required.
Ooh.
You fired again. Back in the tomb, a cryptech, one of the techno specialists, ran diagnostics on your platoon. Stopped at you. Engramic matrix corruption, 67%, accelerating. Translation, your memory was dying. Again. At 70%, the tomb systems or a local cryptech would wipe what remained, reset you to baseline warrior. No consciousness, no memories, no suffering.
Shoot.
Part of you wanted that. Between deployments, you gave dying a chance too. Walked into a plasma core, calculated the damage threshold, exceeded it. Your body teleported back automatically. Resurrection protocol, standard feature. You woke up in the repair bay, fully functional, fully trapped. Even death wasn't an exit. New orders, next deployment in 6 hours. You join formation, again. You raise your gas flyer, check the charge, another deployment, another century, another error, 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 error. Your hand twitched, unprompted. You ran diagnostics, the result came back wrong. Flare virus detected. The flare's curse. Your repair protocols had been fighting it for centuries. Divine curses don't care about firewalls. Your hand twitched again. You looked at it. The metal fingers were scratching at your chassis. Repetitive, obsessive.
That's bad.
Like trying to find skin underneath. You'd seen infected units dragging bodies, draping themselves in meat, becoming monsters even by Necron standards. Quarantine protocol was simple. Termination. You should report yourself. You didn't. Because for the first time in 60 million years, you felt something. Want. After eons of nothing, even broken wanting felt like relief.
It's so...
You want.
If you guys have read the book The Twice Dead King, there's some sections that talk about the flare virus. Ooh, it's gross and nasty.
To feel things again. Wanted your daughter's name back. Wanted to remember your wife's face. The real one. Flesh and warmth and life. The virus promised you could have it. Just take it from someone else. You knew it was lies. Wearing skin wouldn't make you alive. You wanted it anyway.
Ew.
Back in the tomb, your squad noticed. Of course they did. Alert. Flare contamination detected. Unit compromised. Quarantine protocol initiated. They moved to surround you. Gauss flares raised. You should surrender. Let them end it. Instead, you ran. Protocol screaming, logic collapsing. Find flesh, take flesh, become flesh. You fought 3 warriors before they cornered you in a maintenance corridor. The quarantine team arrived. 6 units. Professional. Efficient.
They're scary,
One
too.
of them was your wife. She raised her Gauss flare, optics locked on you, targeting systems engaged. She recognized you. You knew she did. You looked at her, at the metal face that used to be someone you loved. Somewhere in your corrupted memory banks, a fragment surfaced. Not her name, that was gone, but her face, the real one from before. Smiling, alive, looking at you like you mattered. The flare virus screamed at you to charge. Take her, wear her, feel something. You stopped. Lowered your arms. The virus howled. Your protocols demanded survival. You refused because you remembered loving her, even if you couldn't feel it anymore. You waited for her shot. It didn't come. No phase-out protocol. Flares don't get resurrection. Too dangerous to bring back. You felt your necrodermis dissolve, atom by atom. Finally, your last thought wasn't profound. Just a fragment of a laugh, a child's voice, asking why the sky was so pretty. Can anyone clean up the mess in corridor F21G9? It's starting to look like an orc camp here.
Hi, Raiders. Welcome in. I'm having a sad time right now. Having a sad time. Oh my gosh. He's good at making it the right amount of sad. Bro. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Raiders, how was your stream? Did you have a good stream? What were you up to? We're just watching lore videos and just random Warhammer videos because it's fun. Good to see you, Possum. Hi. Yeah, that was sad. Bro. Yeah, he just ripped at the heartstrings. It's like I was bullied into painting a Votan. Oh, like the like one of the heads, or like one of the Did they bully you with bits and subs? I hear that's very effective. I heard it's very effective. They did, yeah, that sounds about right. Yep. Bits and subs are a very effective way of doing the big bully. Is very. I've never seen this guy's videos before. What's his channel's name? Oh, it's a good thing you said that. I'm gonna link the video. His channel name is game.mp4. He has great stuff. So I posted the link in the chats. So I love the Salamanders one. Should we watch that one? It's right here. We can watch the Salamanders one. Yeah, the Necrons here really they really had a bad time. I'm happy to report that I'm doing a 2-parter on the Devastation of Baal on Adeptus Ridiculous right now. Oh, yes, Devastation of Baal, such a good book. Dante is also a very, very good book. Highly recommend. Oh, it's amazing. So good. So good. All right, well, we'll do this one because it's right here. Why not? Hang on. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, these videos are so great. They're so great. And thank you for the raid, by the way. I appreciate it. Ugh, okay. Sorry. Once again, I sit down. I will be like pretty lively all day, but as soon as I sit down in front of the computer to stream, it just, I'm tired. Finally sit down and rest, and my body's like, wouldn't it be nice if we slept right now? Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, okay, we'll stop in a second because the ads will start in like 3 minutes, but once the ads hit, we'll pause.
You weren't born a hero. You were born screaming on a volcanic death world where the air occasionally tries to murder you.
That's
Nocturne,
pretty bad.
where pleasant weather means only 3 earthquakes today. Your childhood was simple. Learn to forge metal, don't die in a lava flow, maybe avoid the alien slavers, standard stuff. Then, at 6 years old, the sky opened. Not metaphorically. The Drukhari arrived, space elves with a concerning enthusiasm for slave-taking and recreational torture.
Oh,
they hit Hesiod
recreational.
fast. Your city didn't stand a chance. People screaming, buildings burning, your neighbor getting dragged toward a ship. You thought, I'm really gonna die before GTA 6. Then, crash. A drop pod. 5 salamanders stepped out. Green ceramite and coordinated violence. The sergeant grabbed a Drukhari by the throat, crushed his windpipe. Then pulled a civilian from a burning building. Same hand. Gentle with humans.
I dig it.
Delete mode for Xenos, aka anything non-human. 2 settings only. When it ended, he looked at you. Red eyes behind his skull helmet. You thought,
us.
I want his job. That's called foreshadowing. He was a hero, someone who mattered, someone people looked at with awe. You wanted to be that, to save people like he just saved you. Turns out, they'd been watching. An apothecary. The chapter's medical guy had been screening kids for years, checking genetics, seeing who might survive what comes next. A chaplain, basically a warrior priest who makes sure you don't go insane, observe the forges, watching who had patience, who hadn't quit. 2 years later, the sergeant knocked, asks your parents if you could apprentice. They said yes, because when an 8-foot tank asks to borrow your child, you don't argue.
No, you don't
The forge
argue.
became your life.
You never
Your master
argue.
didn't talk much. When he did, it sounded like a self-help book. Eventually, he taught you the Promethean Creed, the Salamander's philosophy. Self-reliance, solve your own problems. Purification through fire, trials make you stronger. Unyielding, never retreat.
Okay.
That last one was cultural and genetic. Kind of both. The salamander's gene seed, the biological blueprint that makes them superhuman, didn't make them stubborn. Nocturne did that. The philosophy did that.
Yeah.
Some salamanders took unyielding too literally. Some salamanders, your brothers, refused to retreat even when it was tactically smart. Died holding ground because their pride wouldn't let them back down. Your master channeled his inner master Oogway again. We're forged to endure. Sometimes the metal doesn't bend, it breaks. That's the price.
Okay. The ads have hit the Twitch, so we're gonna chat for a little bit. Salamanders, I gotta hide. What? Why? Why? Why do you need to hide? Are you a heretic? Because if you're a heretic, then yeah, you probably should hide. I know what she is. I know what she is. And if you're not a child, you don't have to worry about the salamanders, right? Yeah, no, she the streamer I'm referring to, Lady Doombot, has an Eldar avatar. Oh, thank you, Anonymous, who gifted her a sub. Yeah, she has an Eldar avatar, so I'm being facetious. You look really pretty. Not you. I'm talking about the big dude in the armor. You're right. You're right. He's obviously the most attractive here. Very, very, very attractive. I agree. Someone said heresy. Yeah, heresy does happen every once in a while. Master Nest, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, you look, he's pretty fit. Look, Space Marines are very fit. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They are just... Thank you, Dino Fan, for the gift sub. I love that redeem. I think it's funny, but it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Oh my word. Ugh. Man, drink my water. Me going bald is a redeem on Twitch. I did look like him for a moment there, yes. Yeah, Best part of being on YouTube, no ad breaks. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works on YouTube. I have YouTube Premium, so I don't get any ads regardless of where I watch. The redeem should be longer? No, because then it gets annoying. And I'm sorry, well, no, I'm not sorry to inform you. I'm actually taken. I am married to the great angel Sanguinius, the most beloved son of the Emperor. So, that's how it is. Well, I'm still married to him. I'm still married to him. Okay. Are we back? We're back from the ads, right? guys are back from the ads. I think so. I'll go back a smidge.
Figured the price bend, it breaks. That's the price. You figured the price was worth it. Then your master got deployed.
Oh.
3 brothers left, 2 came back. A brander priest pressed glowing iron to your master's chest. Honor scars. Marks of, my friend is dead, and this burn is all I have left.
I didn't know about this.
Later, at the cremation, his squad thrust their arms into the flames, sharing the heat, sharing the pain. Brotherhood burns. Your master opened the Tome of Fire, the chapter's philosophical text, and read while you looked at the ashes, at the empty space in the formation, and thought, oh, this job has a mortality rate. Later, he told you why the chapter was small, why every loss hurt. Isvan V, a betrayal during the Horus Heresy, a galaxy-wide civil war 10,000 years ago. The 18th Legion walked into a trap. 83,000 salamanders, second wave legions turned their guns on the first, 98% casualties. 12, your master handed you a data slate. The Pantheon Council approved you. The Council, chapter leadership, had been watching your progress. Gene seed screening came back clean. You didn't quit, and you helped that other kid who burned himself. Self-reliance doesn't mean selfishness. It means solving problems. That's salamander thinking. Your family gathered that night. Yeah, in the story, you don't get the orphan sob story. They celebrated.
Yay!
Your sister was still hesitant, asked if you're sure about this. You thought about that sergeant. You wanted to come back as someone who saved people. A hero. You didn't yet know what that will cost. Next morning, you left for Prometheus, the moon where the chapter fortress sits. Your master didn't say goodbye, just returned to his forge and started heating coals. Because that's what salamanders do. They endure, they work, and they don't do feelings before 10 a.m. Prometheus was a volcano with a filing system. You arrived with 30 other aspirants. Week 1, 5 disappeared. Administratively relocated, they said. You didn't ask questions. The surgery started immediately. No consent forms, just lie down. We're installing a second heart, because one heart is for people with low expectations. You wake up feeling like your chest was having an identity crisis. Then they kept going. Bone reinforcement, muscle weaving, glands with unpronounceable names. Like someone kept adding DLCs to your body without asking. Between surgeries, they ran combat drills. You were slower than the others. The apothecary explained, Salamander's gene seed does that. Trade-off for benefits: enhanced heat resistance, radiation tolerance, faster healing. You also get fire sight, infrared vision linked to your armor for tactical heat pulse communication. Very useful.
Yeah.
Also disorienting when everyone looks like a thermal camera filter. The chaplain pointed at a forge and told you to make a blade. No protective gear, channeling Vulcan's trial. Vulcan was your Primarch, the salamander's genetic father and greatest blacksmith.
The kiss.
The forge was surface of a star hot. You swung the hammer, hours passed, the blade took shape. Ugly, crooked, butter knife with ambition, but it was something. The chaplain inspected it and handed it back. Do better. Thanks, Dad. Then the mutation started. Your skin darkened over the years, gradually, as the gene seed interacted with Nocturne's radiation. Coal black. Every salamander gets it. You caught your reflection and didn't recognize yourself. One aspirant screamed about being a monster. They dragged him away. You looked at your reflection again, coal black skin, red eyes glowing like warnings, monster face. But monsters can be heroes if they save people, right? You had to believe that, because there was no going back. The chaplain opened the Tomb of Fire again, because motivational quotes have been working so well so far. Pain is the hammer, you are the metal. You wanted to believe that, mostly you just wanted to stop itching. The real test came during the time of trial, an orbital event. Every 15 years, Prometheus swings too close to Nocturne. Gravity gets bad ideas, volcanoes erupt simultaneously, tectonic plates file for divorce. They handed you a knife and a canteen. Survived 2 weeks, alone. 3 days in, you found another aspirant. Collapsed, dying. The trial was solo, but you stopped, found safer ground, dragged him to shelter, shared your water. Later, they tested the unyielding, hold a position for 1 hour. At 59 minutes, the chaplain ordered retreat. You didn't move, couldn't. You held the full hour, collapsed after. That was stupid, but also very salamander. Years blurred. By 18, your body was unrecognizable. Too big, too strong, too other. But still you. Probably. The final trial, the Fire Drake hunt, solo. Come back with a hide or don't come back. You descended into the lava tubes, found another aspirant's body. Guess he filled the hunt. You kept moving. The Drake found you first. Massive, scaled, opinions. The fight was desperate. You drove the knife into its throat. It nearly killed you, but it died first. You skinned it. But no, you weren't done yet. The chaplain handed you tools. Forge a shield from the bones and scales, 6 hours.
Oh.
A timed craftsmanship test after nearly dying.
That's
very reasonable.
I didn't know about
You work
that.
through exhaustion. Drake bones as frame, scales for plating. The shield wasn't perfect, but it was yours. The chaplain said, acceptable. High praise. The brander priest pressed glowing iron to your chest, your first honor scar. You felt the weight. A forge master presented you with a Drake scale cloak, heavy and fireproof.
Very
You
nice.
received
very
your power
nice.
armor. You were now a salamander. They ship you out immediately. Your first deployment was disaster relief. Not combat, not glory, cleanup duty. A hive city collapsed, earthquake, poor architecture. You arrived as a scout with a bolter and 0 training in urban search and rescue. The city was rubble. Your fire sight, that infrared vision the gene seed gave you, lit up everywhere. Heat signatures, people trapped, hoping someone cares. Surprise! You do! You pulled 17 people out that day.
Yay!
A woman screamed at your appearance. Black skin, red eyes, 8 feet of what the fresh hell is this? But once the fear wore off, she was fine. Saving her kid helped a lot with it too. After that deployment, they moved you up. Full battle, brother. 3rd company, real armor, real weapons, real expectations. Translation?
Ooh, big
now you
gun.
get to fight, not just watch. When you returned to Nocturne, your family celebrated. Awkward. You didn't fit through the doorway anymore. Your sister tried hugging you, like hugging a ceramite statue. She said you'd changed. Understatement of the millennium. Your sister showed you pictures. She had a boyfriend now, talking about moving in together, future plans, normal things. You try to be happy.
Can you imagine? I knew that the salamanders did at least have some amount of like relationship with their families. It's just salamanders, as far as I'm aware, that they have that sort of relationship. Most other Space Marine chapters and stuff really don't. But dude, can you imagine? He's like,
Happy for her, but you didn't fit in their conversation. Future plans, normal things. You try to be happy for her, but you didn't fit in their conversations anymore. She talked about jobs and rent. You talked about pulling people from rubble. She talked about Sunday morning walks, and you talked about kill count competitions. The conversation died. You left early. She gets to have a future because you don't. Fair trade. Has to be. Second deployment, Armageddon. 3rd war for that cursed rock.
not
Orcs
Armageddon.
everywhere, continent-sized wog. The usual. Before departure, the brander priest pressed hot iron to your shoulder, ritual preparation invoking Vulcan's strength. You didn't flinch. Pain is just feedback now. Then, your first warp jump. The warp, that nightmare dimension ships travel through where physics goes to die. They activate the Geller field, basically a please don't let demons eat our souls force field.
Yes.
It flickered.
Yeah.
The navigator, the mutant whose third eye steers ships through literal hell, started sweating. Not a good sign. Ship time, 3 days. Real space, 5 weeks. Time is now a suggestion, and you're not getting overtime. You fought alongside the Marines Malevolent. Nice guys. If nice means civilian casualties are a feature, not a bug.
Yeah.
Their captain suggested orbital bombardment on refugee zones swarmed by Xenos. Apparently acceptable losses. Your captain, Tushan himself, yes, the chapter master, is personally leading this one because Armageddon is that bad. Responded clearly, 1 shell near civilians, salamanders return fire on them. The bombardment didn't happen. Tushan's body language said, try me.
Yeah,
They didn't.
I wouldn't try that.
You held the evacuation route, lost 2 brothers doing it, the Malevolent punched through faster, left thousands of corpses, called it efficiency. At the cremation, your squad thrust arms into the pyre flames. Your turn. You pushed in, held it there, the pain was overwhelming. You ignored it. Brotherhood burns, literally. Between deployments, you returned to Nocturne. Your sister was married now, showed you wedding photos. Her husband was normal, soft hands, nervous around you. She said she'd name her first kid after you. You nodded, didn't know what to say.
Aw.
You watched them hold hands, be human together. You were a weapon. Weapons don't get that. But weapons protect people who do. That's the trade. Third deployment, a year later. Drukhari hit a mining colony in the Ghoul Stars. Raider slave-taking operation. Extended warp travel, weeks aboard, months outside. Time dilation was becoming routine. Horrifying routine, but routine. By the time you arrived, they'd been at it for days. Torture pens everywhere. Civilians still alive. Barely. With refugees, you're gentle. With Drukhari, deletion protocol. Bolt rounds
Good,
through
good,
spines. Flamers on runners.
Get them.
They screamed. You didn't stop. These were the ones who took your neighbor. Yes, even the 6-year-old hiding in the corner. Payback was methodical and involved creative uses of fire. Your captain gave the order,
Well done.
burned their ships, cut off escape. Casualties, everyone aboard, including captives. You raised the multi-melta. Fired. The ship went up. You heard the screaming through the Vox, through the hull, through your soul.
That's sad.
Mission success, thousands saved. Cost, hundreds already captured. The mat checked out. Your conscience didn't. You went to the chapel, opened the Tomb of Fire, found a passage on necessary sacrifice. Didn't help. Turns out scripture is bad at justifying burning people alive. The chaplain found you staring at the wall and dropped another crumb. We carried the weight so others don't have to. Technically correct, the worst kind of correct. Your sister gets to have grandkids someday because you burned those ships. Those civilians go home to families, you go back to war. That's the cost, that's the choice. You made it, they didn't. Later, the brander priest applied honor brands, marks of victory. This scar felt heavier. Now, you knew exactly what it cost. Welcome to being a veteran, where every achievement comes with trauma.
Oh.
Decades blur, compliance campaigns, Xenos purges, the usual. One deployment on some forge world you'll never remember the name of, your squad leader takes a plasma bolt defending a refugee convoy. You take command, temporary. Make the calls, lose one brother, save 300. They make it permanent. Veteran Sergeant. Translation, now you sign the death certificates. Major campaign, multi-chapter deployment. Extended warp travel through routes getting worse. The Navigator warns the warp's deteriorating. They call it the Great Rift. A galaxy-spanning warp storm that tore reality in half. Right now, you just know the Geller feels struggling and things keep looking in. Ship time,
it's
4
not great.
years. Real space, 60 years. The mission, evacuate an agri-world before a Chaos Warband reaches it. Standard extraction. Except, intelligence was wrong. The enemy is already there. Your company's cut off in the capital city with refugees.
Is it Gene Stealers?
Thousands. No way out except through them. 7-day siege. Day 5, your best friend takes a las cannon blast meant for refugees.
No.
Steps in front, on purpose. Last words? Into the fires of battle, unto the anvil of war. Very poetic, very dead,
quote.
but you gave the order that put him there, and have no time to dwell on that. Relief arrives, 14 brothers lost, 4,000 civilians saved. Victory. Allegedly. You return to Nocturne. Decades passed outside. Your sister, gray-haired now, hugs you. Says you look the same. You feel ancient. Her grandchildren stared at you, scared and awed in equal measure.
Oh, the
Your sister
kid
told them
wants to
about
be
you,
one.
the hero uncle who saves people. Different paths, different costs. She got to grow old, you got to make sure she could. You tell yourself that's worth it. So you force yourself up and go back. You've accepted the weight, ready to keep going. 2 more centuries of exactly that. More deployments than you can count. Eventually, Tushan summons you. Personal audience. 400 years served. Scars beyond counting. The Pantheon Council agrees. Fire Drake material. First Company elite. Based on Prometheus now. Tushan's honor guard. Protect the chapter master. Advise when asked. Look intimidating. Facial brands mark centuries of service. Tushan assigns you to assist the Forge Father in hunting the Spear of Vulcan. One of 9 relics hidden before the Primarch Vulcan vanished. Prophecy says recover all 9, and Vulcan will return. He's a perpetual, so dying and coming back isn't weird. You track it for 3 years, find it in a Chaos Vault, kill 17 heretics. Return the spear to the reliquary, 1 recovered, 8 to go. Before your next deployment, the Brander Priest brands you again. By now you've lost count of the scars. The mission standard, extract civilians from a hive under Chaos Assault. Cultists, demons, the usual. Evacuation's nearly done, then the Vox relays information. Bridge overrun, 3,000 refugees cut off. You're closest, you're in Terminator armor, not fast, but very durable. You reach the bridge, the scene's bad, swarm pouring in from both sides, not metaphorical, actual swarm. Mutated horrors spilling from the hive like the world itself's melting. Your brothers are already forming a firing line, but it's not enough. The civilians won't make it across in time.
Destroy the bridge.
The only way to save them is to destroy the bridge. Problem? You're still standing on it. You order everyone off. Refugees run across.
Ooh.
Thousands. Last one's a kid, maybe 6 years old, looks back through the smoke. You see that look. Same one you had in Hesiod. You give him a thumbs up, like that sergeant gave you. The kid nods, runs. You detonate the support beam. The bridge crumbles, you fall with it. Long way down, enough time to think. That kid's face, your sister's grandchildren, thousands of strangers. You became what you wanted to be. Impact. Bones shatter.
Ooh.
Armor splits. Still breathing. Barely. They find you hours later, half buried in slag. The apothecary's face says it all. Hours later, Tushan presides over your funeral. The lava rite. Full honors. They carry you to the magna flow in shattered armor, drake scale cloak still attached, held together by spite and stitching. You can't move, can't speak, but you're still here, watching through failing firesight as they position you over Nocturne's heart. The heat hits even through broken ceramite. Overwhelming, familiar, you've been burning your whole life. This is just the last time. They lower you in, your armor glows, melts. You feel the chapter watching. Young salamanders will carry the fire after you. Metal to metal, fire to fire, Nocturne reclaims what it made. And you think, as flames take you and consciousness fades, that kid will remember just like you remembered. The flame passes on, into the fires of battle, unto the anvil of war. And also into therapy, except therapy doesn't exist yet, so mostly just fire.
Dang. R.I.P. the homie. Oh my gosh. Dude, somebody's gotta, like, take his pen away from him. He's not allowed to do this to me. He's not allowed to do this to me. Although I will say, I think it's just, I think it's a woman thing. I was more broken up about the Necron one. Mainly, I mean, there was kids involved in this one too, but it's like, oh man, imagine like forgetting the sound of like your child laughing, like, man. Sad he didn't manage to qualify for a dreadnought. Unfortunately, he did not. Let's see. Okay, I'm sending the link. Gotta go back.
You were born with a death sentence.
There, I was like, where's my playlist? Where did my playlist go? The salamander was sadder, in my opinion. It's more bittersweet. Because in that case, he gets to watch everyone live his life. It's self-sacrifice. And he's like, man, I wish I could have all those things, but unfortunately, I made the choice to let other people have them. It's more bittersweet, in my opinion. So. Okay. Grey Knights next, please. There's so many of these. I don't want to, like, keep tagging this guy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for the bits. Fun fact, Lady Doombot is a Conrad Kurz admirer. Oh, that's heresy. That's heresy. That's heresy. That's heresy. I also saw the Elder one. Are we just binging these guys' videos? Because I saw the Eldar one. I hope you guys know I turn these into VODs, and I like to space them out so it's not too annoying. Okay. Mods, please make a poll. Eldar or Grey Knights? I'm gonna do one on YouTube. And you guys vote, and while that's happening, we're going to watch another video, okay? Okay, I made the poll on YouTube, so it exists. So are we watching Your Life as an Eldar or Your Life as a Grey Knight? You guys get to pick. We're gonna watch Space Wolves versus 1,000 Suns Battle of the Fang. So we're gonna watch that in the meantime. No, not for which one's better, which one we're gonna watch next.
Hi, friends.
Okay. Let me check the audio for this one, because it's a different creator. Okay.
Hi, friends. Some days you gotta sit down, make.
Okay. Adjust it a little bit. Okay, let me know if there's any issues. We go.
Hi, friends. Some days
Hi.
you gotta sit down, make yourself a nice cup of tea or Mountain Dew or whatever
Based Mountain Dew. Peak.
normal people drink. Take a breather and then remind yourself that Magnus did, well, a whole lot of wrong. But also, there's no doubt that a whole lot of wrong was inflicted on the little old red man. One
Yes.
such wrong was having his home planet and suns razed to the ground by the second best founding chapter. So, with the awesome Space Wolf refresh and the Thousand Suns funny...
I remember watching this, and I remember those looking so good. Crackduck is local to you. He was around me during one of my games. My buddy had to tell me later. Oh, dude, that's so cool. He's a cool guy. He's pretty chill. I'll show you guys. If you saw my thumbnails for one of the videos of his I watched recently, one of the abhuman ones, he actually modified one of his Custodes pieces. One second. One of his Custodes that he's drawn, and he made me. It was pretty fun. I was very grateful. It was very kind of him to do so, because he did not have to. Where is it? Where did I save it? Dude, where did it go? I had it. Oh, here it is. I did modify it, so forgive me. Oh, is it gonna be dumb? Oh, hang on. It's being dumb. I have to go do the other picture I had last time was bigger, so I have to undo it because I cropped it. Sorry, guys. I swear I know what I'm doing. Maybe just not today. Yeah, so he drew this because Froggy bothered him and said, hey, she asked if he could draw me. And he was very kind. I said, hey man, I could pay you for your time because you could have been doing other things. This guy wanted to practice drawing hair. It was very sweet of him. Yeah, I modified it so it would be purple. Obviously, I was not going to bother him to turn it purple, so I made it purple myself. Yeah, very cute. Very, very cute. Who's the artist? Crackduck. It's the guy who's making this video right now. So he just put my face on. It was very funny though, because when Froggy initially asked, it was in a group chat, and the first thing he sent actually was this. And I had a very good laugh, let me tell you. He sent that and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. And then he said, I'm just kidding, and he posted the next one. It was great. Anyways, sorry for the distraction. I was just very appreciative of it. Okay. Let's go. Let's continue. Sorry for the tangent.
So, with the awesome Space Wolf refresh and the Thousand Suns funny little robot man on the horizon, let's talk about one of the coolest and most devastating battles in the weird time period between 30k and 40k. So, technically 30k, but not the 30k you're thinking of. Today, we're talking about the Battle of the Fang.
Ooh,
The Battle of the Fang is an iconic clash between iconic rivals and a rematch of millennium in the making. The burning of Prospero solidified the Space Wolves and Thousand Suns' burning hatred of each other, and even after the Horus Heresy ended with the Siege of Terra, the two were dead set on the annihilation of the other. Be sure to watch the faction primers on both of them after this video.
Yes, go watch his videos.
Anyways though, Magnus the Red, Primarch of the Thousand Suns, knew of the Space Wolves' hatred of him and his legion, both because of his immense psychic prowess and because, duh, of course. But being an acolyte of Tzeentch, the wily Primarch planned to use this hatred to pull a little funny on the wolves. And by little funny, I mean attempted genocide and terrorwolfism. And I didn't just say those words to avoid YouTube flags. Unlike Corpse, these mispronunciations will be relevant. So, Magnus's ploy began with him sending visions to the Great Wolf Ironhelm, which, by the way, if you didn't know, the Great Wolf is the equivalent of Chapter Master for the Space Wolves. But anyways,
everything Space Wolves is like wolf this, wolf that, wolf, 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 wolf.
These visions were of Magnus wreaking havoc and slaughtering Imperials in hopes of goading Ironhelm into his plot. So yeah, Magnus rage baited some dude and, as the children would say, lived in his head rent-free. Quite literally, too. Anyways, the troll worked and Ironhelm organized a giant witch hunt to make Mr. the Red into Mr. the Even Redder. Ironhelm had visions and gathered intel suggesting that Thousand Run forces were doing something dark and evil on the planet of Gangava. So he assembled nearly all of the Space Wolves, save for this 12th company, for an all-out assault on the world of Gangava in order to turn the Thousand Suns into the 1,000 minus 1,000 Suns, once and for all. The wolves mobilized to attack the Thousand Suns forces, but using some esoteric warp magic or something, Magnus turned the last S in Sons of Rust into an E and made a ruse. It was a ruse! And the bulk of the Thousand Suns were actually preparing an ambush of Fenris while Ironhelm was pursuing the red herring. Quite literally for the red part. So, back on Fenris, the Thousand Suns, led by Sorcerer Aphael and coordinated by Magnus, used their immense psyker powers to materialize extremely close to the world and launch a rapid assault on the Fenrisians. This assault force comprised of nearly all of the Thousand Suns who survived the heresy and millions of Spire Guard traitor forces. Magnus prioritized destroying Fenris's astropaths so that the wolves could not call for reinforcements, and in a mere hour, most of the orbital defenses and astropaths were destroyed by the Thousand Suns. Jarl Greylock took lead of the defense efforts and sent 3 ships to summon help. However, 2 of the ships were quickly destroyed, and the third disappeared into a warp. Womp womp. And to make matters even worse, the wolves' capital ship was also destroyed by the Suns. Womp womp womp. So, with his astropaths dead and ships destroyed, Greylock prepared the wolves for a last stand against the Chaos forces planetside. While the wolves prepared their defense, the Thousand Suns established an orbital blockade and prepared to make planetfall. For their assault, the Thousand Suns employed the use of ships called Planet Scourers. The Planet Scourers were ships built to scour planets. They're like fun giant pressure washers, except instead of water, it blasts the planet with constant plasma barrages. While this softened the Space Wolf defenses and limited their tactical options, their fortress monastery of the Fang was protected by its powerful void shields and orbital defense systems. This meant that a much more interesting ground assault could commence. Which, also, little side note, it is incredibly boring when people ask, why do they engage in ground battles when they can just glass the planet from orbit? Big battle doesn't make sense. Well, the answer to that, dummies, is that, it's fucking cool. Anyways, though, the Space Wolves had strike teams deployed to destroy Chaos forces as they landed. Plus, Fenris is a horrible, horrible death world that does as its name suggests and creates a world of death. Thus, the Marine kill team's Monsters of Fenris and insano weather conditions slowed and destroyed a decent chunk of the landing force. But the immense amount of Spire Guard and Thousand Suns would wear these forces thin, and they eventually fell back into the Fang to stage a final defense. The Siege of the Fang properly began a week into the invasion, and it commenced with mass artillery strikes and a giant psyker battle! Giant Psyker versus magical but not Psyker magical wizard battle!
They're just rune priests. They're obviously not, Psykers.
While this was going on, Greylock ordered his men to cover the Fang in Fenrisian runes and to wake up the big guns for the coming assault. Eventually, the Thousand Sons finally broke through the Fang's outer defenses with their demon engine gatebreakers, and the guardsmen of the Spire Guard flooded the Fang's entrance. Greylock personally fought these cultists along with his Wolf Guard and annihilated the initial waves. However, the wolves were eventually overwhelmed by the undying ranks of Rubric Marines, so they retreated further into their fortress, detonating the entrance behind them, once again walling off the Thousand Sons and buying the Fenrisians more time. By this point, the 12th Company suffered great casualties, with only 87 Marines left standing to face the seemingly endless Chaos forces. Luckily, however, the big guns Greylock had ordered for had awoken, and the Space Wolves Dreadnoughts poured their cyber coffee and joined the defense. Of these Dreadnoughts was the dreadiest of knots, the legendary Bjorn the Fell-Handed. The legendary Bjorn advised Greylock on the defense, and the Wolves once again had a chance to defend their home, or at least turn the Thousand Sons red again. Bjorn.
Hang on, I want to read that. It should be noted that some say the blue armor chronologically happened after the Battle of the Fang, thanks to Armin. However, in the book it states they do have blue armor. Okay. He checked his facts.
Bjorn split the remaining Fenrisian forces into two groups, one led by Greylock and Bjorn, and the other led by Wolf.
Question. Hang on.
Bjorn.
Is this because he's... Is it going to be a trap? This looks like the ascot from Fred from Scooby-Doo. So it's going to be a trap, right?
Split the remaining Fenrisian forces into two groups, one led by Greylock and Bjorn, and the other led by Wolf Priest Dar Haladir, in order to defend the main choke points of the Fang. So, the Marines, the Fenrisian Guard, and whatever other staff that they had left prepared for a second defense against the Chaos Horde. Even the children of the Fang participated, erecting impromptu runes and staging distractions. Eventually, though, the Thousand Sons, with the help of their ancient cataphract robots, those are the new model reveals, by the way, finally broke through the collapsed gate and resumed their assault. Also, funny side note, it took them longer to clear out some rocks than it took them to break through Fenris's entire orbital defenses. So, maybe that's why Cadia allowed itself to fall. Chaos is apparently weak to rocks, so Cadia brilliantly transformed into...
So you could say Chaos chooses scissors.
A bunch of mega rocks. Yeah, that's why. That's why.
It's okay. It's okay.
Jokes and Cadia love aside, though, the real reason it took so long is that the Thousand Sons' magic was severely dampened by the runes of the Fang, and the mountain that the Fang is in has inherent anti-psyker properties. Yeah, maybe use some of that magic to summon a bulldozer and some elbow grease, idiots. But with the rubble gone, the Thousand Sons engaged the wolves at the planned choke points, since, you know, they're choke points. The Thousand Sons commander, Aphael, sent teams to destroy as many runes as possible so that their psyker energies could be more potent and so that they could do something dark and evil. After days of brutal fighting at the choke points, Aphael would not be a fail, he successfully destroyed enough runes to weaken the wall between the Materium and the Warp, enough for Magnus the Red to manifest. Unfortunately for Aphael, Magnus used a sorcerer's body as a host and killed him. So, when it comes to living, Aphael is indeed a fail. But with Magnus in the Fang, it once again seemed hopeless for the wolves. Although the runes of the Fang weakened Magnus from his full potential, he was still a humongo demon Primarch-shaped threat. Magnus slaughtered all he came across with ease, and Haladir ordered his men to retreat further into the labyrinthine Fang. The Wolf Dreads and the Fenrisian PDF stood to face Magnus while Haladir's forces prepared another defense deeper into the Fang. Additionally, Bjorn and Greylock's forces sensed Magnus's presence and went to aid their brothers in warding off the Primarch. As Magnus tore through the chapter's ancient war machines and the brave PDF, it became clear that his path to destruction was moving towards the Fang's gene labs, and it was clear that the true intent of Magnus's assault was to sabotage Harladir's gene research. As you know, or if you don't know, go watch this vid, but the Space Wolves have a gene flaw known as a Canis Helix. The Canis Helix gives them great power and abilities, but it can also lead to the curse of the Wolfen, and it made their gene seed too unstable to create successor chapters like other Marines. Thus, the Wolf Priest Harladir had extensively studied the Canis Helix in order to remove the flaws and create a more stable version. And he was actually on the cusp of creating a cure for the Curse of the Wolfen, which would allow the Space Wolves to create successor chapters and greatly strengthen the chapter and Imperium as a whole. So, realizing Magnus's intent, Harladir rushed to his lab to defend his research. Once he was there, he was met with the Demon Primarch himself. Seeing all his cool toys broken on the floor, Harladir charged Magnus in his rage and promptly got killed. And thus, the battle was won for Magnus as he destroyed the Wolves.
I know, like, you gotta fight the Primarch, but he was also, like, the guy who was doing all the research. The knowledge in his brain is also very, very important.
Chances of fixing their gene seed and severely threaten the chapter's existence. This blow would be felt even to the present setting as the Wolves constantly struggle with maintaining their numbers. After killing Harladir, Magnus went to meet with his forces and continue the ruin of the Fang. However, on his way, he was met by Bjorn, Greylock, a Rune Priest, and some Wolf Guard, and he engaged them in glorious battle.
Get him, Bjorn.
While the Wolves fought the Red King, it was revealed that the Space Wolf ship that disappeared into the warp actually survived and was able to alert the Wolves of their dire home situation. And the massive Space Wolf fleet approached the Thousand Suns blockade. Back on the planet, though, the 5 legendary wolves valiantly fought Magnus. The 5 wolves actually did manage to hurt Magnus, and it is said that it was the most damage he had been since Prospero.
Oh,
which,
really?
Pun not intended, many think that this moment is bullshit. Mostly because it kind of...
I was gonna say 5 regular Space Marines, regular in air quotes, and a Dreadnought causing more damage than Leman or us a Primarch. Press X to doubt.
Is. But there are story reasons for all this, and it's not as egregious as it seems that 5 Marines could hurt Magnus in a way comparable to Leman, Wolf, and Russ. But first, the Fang had a ton of anti-Psyker runes, and the mountain itself weakened the sorcerers. Take this in contrast to Prospero, where Magnus's Psyker powers would be presumably at their peak since he was on his magic nerd-ass homeworld. Secondly, Magnus fought through half of the Fang's defenses and some of the most powerful wolves in the chapter before he even met up with Bjorn and the boys. Not only would he have been weakened by combat at this point, but also, Demon Primarchs just inherently lose steam in the real world unless they're constantly fueled. It's plausible that his little solo detour took him away from the slaughter long enough to depower him a decent amount. And finally, he was fighting Bjorn the freaking fell-handed. Bjorn plasma spammed Magnus while the others beat up the Primarch, but Magnus quickly overwhelmed the wolves, killing the Wolfguard and Greylock, leaving only Bjorn. Bjorn said, "Dread, not today, Red Boy," and shot him with some more plasma as he readied his titular fell hand. Back in orbit, though, most of the Thousand Sun forces actually retreated as Magnus achieved the campaign's win condition and was basically just emoting before calling it a night. So, the Wolf forces relatively easily reclaimed their orbit and deployed mass drop pod assaults to save their planet. As Marines rained from the sky, Bjorn valiantly fought Magnus, but was outmatched, and Magnus literally disarmed him and prepared a killing blow on the legendary Space Wolf hero. But then, suddenly, Great Wolf Ironhelm crashed his drop pod on the peak of the mountain, hitting Magnus and Bjorn, but mostly Magnus. With Bjorn incapacitated and Magnus severely weakened and his grasp on real space thin, Ironhelm went to punch the shit out of Magnus to banish him from the Fang. Ironhelm and Magnus traded blows, and Ironhelm was killed. But he managed to weaken Magnus enough for him to vanish back into the warp.
R.I.P.
With Magnus gone, the Thousand Sons teleported away from the planet, and they also callously abandoned their Spire Guard. Hey, we're doing it! We're kicking these dogs' asses! Let's go, fellas! I love you guys, we're such a great team. Guys? Hey, where'd you go?
Get wrecked.
Aw, fuck my life. But anyways, after hunting down the remnant Spire Guard forces, the Battle of the Fang was finally over. The 12th Company was down to only 22 Marines, but they worked to rebuild their forces, and the Wolves crowned a new Great Wolf. And technically, the Space Wolves won the battle since they successfully defended the Fang and killed a huge amount of Thousand Sun forces relative to their own low
a heavily Pyrrhic victory.
Numbers. But it's pretty clear that the Thousand Sons actually won. They achieved their main goal, effectively neutering the wolves like a puppy dog, and they landed a great blow on the chapter in their home world. But that was the Battle of the Fang. Although it was a crushing defeat for the wolves that would cripple them for millennia, they still had a lot of cool moments. And for being outnumbered by a factor of like 7, excluding the millions of Spire Guard, the 12th Company did one hell of a defense. And I'm sure it seems like total BS to a Thousand Sons fan, but I'm a Space Wolf fan, so screw them. Joking aside, as a consolation to any BS moments from the Wolves, at least the Sons undoubtedly won and made sure that the Wolves would never beat the furry allegations ever again. So don't feel too bad, nerds. Anyways though, be sure to let me know what you think of this battle and why you hate the Space Wolves and /or hate the Thousand Sons. Or let me know how much you love Bjorn the Fell-Handed, that beautiful box man.
He's great.
Anyways though, thank you for watching and big thanks to the patrons who help keep the channel running. I truly appreciate it. And as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and consider sharing to all your 22's 12th Company pals. Thanks. And if you think Bjorn severely hurting Magnus doesn't make any sense, you clearly haven't played Kill Team and faced the true horror that is plasma spam.
Beautiful.
The Fell-Handed.
There you go. Look, Bjorn. I love box knots. Bjorn is fantastic because he fits in the box knot category. I will share with you guys, bros. I already had Mountain Dew today, but I'm debating pulling one out because I am like a yawn machine. I am a yawn machine. I also saw someone say that Rylanor did a lot of damage to Fulgrim. I would like to say Rylanor had a virus bomb. Virus bombs are very different from regular, like, melee and, like, arms. Like, it's not the same. Grabadoo, I'm just yawning, oh my gosh. But I'll think about it. I think we watched some of these previously. I didn't know they had a Thousand Sons one, but that was a year ago, and I don't think it was out. So we're gonna watch this really fast. Let's see, maybe I can hold out until the ad break, and at the ad break I can grab the dew. What do we think? So, the Thousand Sons meets Star Wars. I've watched a bunch of these of the other ones. I have to see what other new videos they have that are like this. Oh, let's do audio check.
Man, my superiors aren't gonna like these casualty raids.
Okay, there you go.
Man, my superiors aren't gonna like these casualty raids.
Do you know why that is? It's because when the Iron Warriors were helping them out, they made the casualty rates absolutely massive.
Really hope they don't dock my pay.
Whoa. He's glowing.
What the fuck?
I am a sorcerer of the Thousand Suns, harbinger of the changer of ways,
Okay.
son of the Crimson King, and I have come to claim knowledge that will not be denied me.
These replacement officers better get here soon. I don't get paid enough for this shit.
You, minion, bring me one of your Empire's Sith. I wish to expand my knowledge of these force powers of yours.
I was gonna ask who you are or what you want, but no, you've basically covered it.
I will rip out your soul and use it in one of my experiments if you do not meet my demand.
Like, you guys can kind of see it here, but he's got... Those are supposed to be claws, but it actually gives me more of an impression of, like, a lady who got her nails done and she got acrylics. That it makes me think of acrylics, honestly. And welcome in. Good to see you, Broke Novel.
Mans now.
You know there are only like 2 Force users in the entire Empire, right? I guess there's the Emperor's hands, but we're not even supposed to know about them, so that probably doesn't even break a dozen.
Wait, really? There are millions of psychers in the Imperium of Man alone.
Mm-hmm.
This is a huge disappointment.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Force users don't grow on trees. Well, at least after Order 66.
This is unacceptable. Animator, we must speak.
Wait, who are you talking to?
Silence, mortal.
He's breaking the fourth wall.
I am communing with the fourth dimension. Animator, I know you can hear me. I demand you speak with me.
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yes, and I insist you listen to my demands.
Wait a minute. This wasn't in the script. Terry, did you add a fourth wall break to my script? You know I hate those things. You know what? Never mind. I'll deal with you later. As for you...
As for me, you can bring me a Force user. I demand it.
You really are arrogant to be talking to me like this. I literally brought you into existence. This is the reason most of your Legion is sentient dust. You know that, right?
The opinion of a Star Wars fan isn't exactly worth much.
I will write...
Oh my gosh. He's throwing shade.
You out of existence. You know what? Here's some space wolves.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Come here, son of Magnus. I'll break your back like the Wolf King did to your traitor father.
Okay, I got it. Petty much?
Hey, you're the ones that can't help bargaining with entities beyond your pay grade. But I'll throw you a bone. Here's Evil Starkiller from the Force Unleashed games. The expanded universe rules.
Oh, dang. Nobody tell my friend Cha-Cha about him. She really likes masked men. I don't think he could beat Kylo Ren in that competition, but she really, really likes masked men.
Okay, have fun. I need to go beat my writer.
Hey, Terry, let's have that talk.
Now we're getting somewhere.
You're in my way.
I would normally meet your hostility with equal antagonism, but my curiosity currently outweighs my malice.
So you're a nerd?
I am not a nerd. I just want you to answer a few questions. I want to know about the Force. How is the power accessed? What are its capabilities? Pyromancy? Chronal and temporal manipulation?
We can move things with our minds and shoot lightning from our fingertips. Oh, and I guess sense people's feelings.
Wait, that's it? No time manipulation? Not even simple telepathy?
It's not as cool.
Nope. but I'm really killer with a lightsaber. And I can lift really big things.
Strong.
Meh, I could do all that already. You know how disappointed I am right now? What are you going to say next? Your demons are somehow even worse dicks than ours?
What's a demon?
You know, when using your powers risks tearing you into a warp portal for malicious entities and becoming an object of possession.
We don't have anything like that.
Random mutation?
Nope.
Extra limbs?
No.
Nothing?
If you use the dark side, I guess you get more selfish. But that's about it for downsides.
Tell me more!
I know a place we can experiment on some rebels.
Goodbye, mortal! You are completely useless. But you can do something useful for me and shine the armor of one of my rubricae.
Ooh.
One more thing. Be careful not to move in a threatening way, or he'll crush you. Okay, cheerio!
He suddenly has a cheerio. That accent does not scream British accent, so to pop a cheerio is...
What the fuck?
Sure, he did nothing wrong. Sure. And Bart, thank you so much for the gift sub and for the 18 months. Thank you, man. Okay. Add in 4 minutes. We got a lot of snoozes. But I think you guys picked Grey Knights, right? Oh, here we are. Here we are.
Thank you for...
Oh. Okay. We've got... So this is the series... Oh, shoot. There's a lot of them. We'll watch one... Okay, so here's the plan. We'll watch one more. Mods will snooze the ad so we can watch one. And then we'll watch the Grey Knights. I guess we could watch a bunch of these too. I didn't realize these existed. Okay, I'm just gonna pick one. Angry Marines. Seems like a good choice. I didn't realize he completed this series. I'm here for it.
So, how long will it take for your empire to arrive?
Oh, they're already in orbit.
Really? That was fast. Choosing to ally with your empire against the corpse guard certainly has its advantages.
When you don't have to fly through hell to get to your destination, it's amazing how efficient things can be.
Right?
Although, I am a little concerned. The rescue team said they encountered loyalist Astartes calling themselves Angry Marines?
Shit. Angry Marines? Aren't those the guys that declared war on fire? Yup.
They declared war on fire.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Don't worry about it.
I really hope this is all just an exaggeration.
Suck it, you blasted cunts! Fuck off and die, you heretical sacks of shit! Your emperor the bitch!
Incredible, yep. Whoa, chat. Do you guys hear that too? I heard a wah. This is not good. It's not good.
What am I looking at right now?
If I had to put it into words, a shit show.
That's a word for it. Okay, well, we better get... Wait, where'd the Night Lord go? Did he seriously run off? The guy is just utterly allergic to anything resembling a fair fight, isn't he?
I can kill him later if you want.
No, as tempting as that is, the Empire
This
tries
guy's so
not to
chill.
kill its assets unnecessarily.
Oh, really?
World Eater, you're, where did you...
You left me behind.
Perhaps we should watch these in order.
Oh, you were still locked in the cargo hold, weren't you? Well, you kept killing my men at random. I had to do something. Wait, how did you survive?
I broke out and got in an escape pod
He's too
before the
angry to die.
self-destruct went off. I'm angry, not an idiot.
All right. Well, keep the Iron Warrior company for a minute, or something. I gotta go make some calls.
World Eater, Iron Warrior. Why are we just standing here? I think we're trying to figure out what to do about the angry Marines. Finally, someone worthy to fight. You're not thinking of charging down there by yourself, are you? Blood for the Blood God!
Yeah, he is.
Skulls for the Skull Throne!
Don't expect
Of
anything
course
less.
He is. It's one of the fucking Blood God bitch-ass pussies! Get him! Corn is for blood for the Blood God!
Oh man, he didn't get to have his glorious
Sometimes
melee.
I wonder how your Legion has survived all this time.
Whew, that was close. I called down that bombardment just in time, huh?
You may want to start running.
What? Why?
Yep.
Oh, you've got to be me. This is bullshit!
Very good. Did I link the last one? I don't know if I did. But it seems like I might need to watch some of these in order. Yeah, bro's gotta be fast to outrun a space marine. He's actually quite fit, as we discover. Okay, I'm going to save this to... There we go. Okay, so, we watched... I think we watched... Okay. Ads start in like 3 minutes. I'm trying... I don't know. I don't remember which ones I watched. I watched this one and this one. Space Marines can run up to 90 miles per hour. Yeah, that's not unsurprising. I don't know the exact number, but it's very, 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 very fast. I don't know whether to blame you or thank you. A short of yours popped up in my feed, and now I have 1,500 points of Tyranids sitting on my desk being painted. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Are you serious? That is so cool, man. I am honored that I could be an introduction to the Warhammer universe. That is so cool, man. Oh my gosh. Well, best of luck painting them. Please, like, I would love to see pictures when you have them done. That's so cool. Apparently I'm a dealer because I got him addicted to the plastic crack of the bug variety. I am so surprised. I did not expect that at all. Wow. I'm honored to hear that. Wow. And Bart, thank you so much for giving him a gift sub. That's very nice of you. Dude, that's so cool. Yeah, I am a dealer, I guess. Welcome to the hobby. I'm so sorry for your wallet. your wallet will never be full ever again. That's just how it is. That's how it is. Dang, man, that made me feel good. I loved reading that. Thank you so much for saying that. That warms my soul. I appreciate it. Well, yes. So, do we need to watch these in order, chat? I could have forgotten some things. You did the same thing for me. I watched you listen to some music, then got into Dark Tide. I'm getting the first 5 books of the Horus Heresy tomorrow. Oh, that's so awesome. This is so surreal. This is so weird. This is so weird that people are finding or like getting into Warhammer because of me. That just feels weird. Okay, so Seek, we did watch some of them. It was a hot minute ago. It was a hot minute. I don't remember exactly. So we probably did, because I know we watched the Alpha Legion one. I think we watched the Night Lord one. So I think we just need to do these, but there's a lot of them right now. So I've been called senpai. Oh no, I'm not senpai. Holy cow. I'm debating on getting a set of the Sisters of Battle or not or / Adeptus Sororitas. Get the tank organ. That one's cool. Okay, chat, should I get that due? We've got, the ads are happening. Should I get the due? Or do you think we can make it? Because I'm torn. But I feel like I might fall asleep. Oh my gosh. Do you have a way to check what you reacted to and posted? I could go to my YouTube channel and see if I made a VOD of the video. I don't remember though. I'm better about making VODs than I was even 6 months ago. Get the due. Okay. Nah, twist my arm. Okay, I will be right back. It will not take me long. I'll see you in a moment. I see you guys are causing chaos here. I timed it perfectly, so I'd be back right when the ads are about to end. Why do I have the barking toad on my head? Ah, it's a redeem on Twitch. They get to put things on my head. We are our own biggest critics. You are more popular than you think. Surprises me every day. But I feel like I talk about that too much, so I won't get into it again. But Yeah, it's nice. Okay. One more of these just for giggles, and then we will go back, and I saw Grey Knights won. Technically, Eldar won on YouTube, but if we're going off total number of votes, Grey Knights won handedly. Handedly. So. Alright, we'll do the Noise Marine one because that one looks silly, and then we'll do the Grey Knights. Sound good? I forgot to tell you, I'm slowly getting someone to be a Blood Angels fan. Based? I'm gonna go to the GW store on Sunday to get the Blood Angels Codex and give it to her as a gift at Offkai. Alright, well. It's a girl, right? You said she. Well, her. Sanguinius is mine. She's got to keep her hands off. Okay, well, you just... Oh, wait, but I also have a follow-up question. Like, does she, like, actually want to get into Warhammer? Like, she actually wants to get into it, is very interested, and I mean, like, very interested. Not like, oh, that's cool. You know, just checking. Because sometimes girls are just nice about these sorts of things. Sanguinius does not know. No, we are not doing a communism with Sanguinius. That's not how this works. We're not, no. No. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Okay. She was, okay, question. Okay, Ryan. Ryan, this is very important. Okay, Ryan. I would like to save you money because there is a chance she is politely interested, which is very different from being invested. So, like, what else did she say when you were telling her about Warhammer? Like, was she enthusiastic? Because you just said here, I only told her about Space Marines that are vampires and angels, and she was possibly interested. How does she feel about Warhammer as a whole? No, I said communism. We're not doing an R Sanguinius situation. It's mine. No. Bros, homies, look at me. Homies, we need to help this brother be smart about this. Save money. We would like to keep her as a friend, correct? No, don't worry. Don't worry, Ryan. I would just maybe get more information first. Pump the brakes. Maybe don't get the codex right away. No. She might be interested. Okay, she might be interested. You gotta lay more groundwork. You gotta really get her hooked. Like, think of it like a fishing analogy. Like, you might feel a little nibble, but that doesn't mean the fish is on the line. You need to really make sure she's on the line before you get her the book. That is a very good point, Starfreak. Does she know how dark the 40k universe is? Girls generally aren't into that. Do you want me to show her the Angel Father? I mean, you could. I mean, you know your friend better than I do. But if you want to get her into Warhammer, maybe, like, slow, like, ease her into it. Like, slowly get her into Warhammer and then get her a codex. That's my recommendation. I don't want you to spend a lot of money if it ends up she's like only like kind of interested. So yeah, oh, show her some animations. That's a great one. That's a great suggestion. What did she think about the Blood Angel successor chapter? You mean the cool Blood Angel successor chapter called the Radiant Suns? The custom one that my community made that's in the Discord? Oh, you made the successor chapter for her. Okay, Ryan, is this like a friend or is this a friend? Is this like a lady friend with capital letters? Why am I being called out? Because I want you to save money. I'm helping you. Ryan. We are all rooting for you. But we can stop if you're uncomfortable. I just wanted to help. But I do forget sometimes there is an audience. What have I missed where we're helping? Oh, that was you, Ryan? I forgot that you instigated that. Yes. No. This is not payback. I'm actually genuinely trying to be helpful. But if it's uncomfy, I will stop. Don't you worry. We got videos to watch. But maybe my suggestion, you know your friend better than me. Maybe pump the brakes before you go get her a codex. That's all. That's all I want you to save money, because those aren't cheap. Shh, we're not here. Yeah. I mean, no, we can't hear you. We can see you. No, that wasn't with malicious intent, but I was like, oh yeah, Ryan did do that. But like, I'm not holding that against him. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents, man. You do what you want to do. I just don't want you to, you know. Anyways. Noise Marine annoys a stormtrooper.
This is where you go to relax, drinking intoxicants.
Well, yeah. What would you rather be doing?
Skinning people.
Yeah. I knew I'd regret that question as soon as I asked it. I know that we're natural allies against the Imperium, but could you cut back on the skinning people talk? At least while I finish my drink.
You know, my extracurricular activities...
That's one way to put it.
...are mild in comparison to some other legions.
I hate that that's probably true.
Hello, filthy mortals. I call this one the Symphony of Damnation.
Oh,
That's a chill name, actually.
Not one of...
It's like not super crazy. It's obviously evil, but...
These guys...
That's one of those Emperor's children, right?
Yeah, but he's also one of those Noise Marine freaks.
Why is he called a Noise Marine?
You're about to find out.
Taste the ecstasy of my music, of my sounds, beautiful sounds.
Oh, that's not music.
Ooh.
Feels like my head is gonna pop.
Looks like those Xenos are beating you to it.
Musical instruments that make your head explode.
That does happen, yeah.
Enough!
Oh, you destroyed my conduit for auditory brilliance that sculpts the very essence of harmonic emotion.
It's a guitar. And it's lame.
You just can't appreciate the cacophony of symphony that is my lyric.
Oh, give me a break, you pompous, washed up.
There is the group of the Noise Marines, the Cacophony. It's a cool name, I won't lie.
A screeching mess freak with zero talent. Your presence alone would overwhelm any self-respecting Astartes. With such overbearing shame, he would feel the need to immolate himself for merely being in the same proximity as your perverted, disgusting, sad, pathetic self. I have half a mind to skin you alive and hang your carcass on display merely for the principle of it. And I have no principles.
Oh, skinning. What a sensation that would be. Let's do it slow.
Ew. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Ew. Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. That's basically what's on his lips right now.
We can prolong the pain as long as possible. The sounds my screams would make.
He's into it? Why is he into it?
How can you take the fun out of torture? I feel dirty just talking to you.
My weapon of choice is an instrument that melts the insides of my enemies. I'm so desensitized to any normal sensation that only the cacophony of death and battle makes me feel anything. What did you expect?
I'm leaving.
Hold up, you can't leave me here with this
Just
guy.
leave. Pay your
I
tab
need
and
to clear
go.
my head. Maybe some good old-fashioned skinning of mortals who won't bloody enjoy it will do the trick.
Well, mortal, it's just you and me.
Ew,
I wonder
run,
what
run.
new sounds we can make together. What do you say? Will you sing for me?
I hate that this voice acting is, like, it's nefarious, but, like, weirdly sensual. The voice actor got both. With the way the script was written, it's perfect in all the wrong ways. This is correct. This is absolutely correct. And Tasty, thank you so much for the bits. I wish the Sisters About got more fan content. Yeah, there definitely isn't as much. Space Marines are the norm. But thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate it, man.
Oh boy.
Oh, come now. Don't be a stranger. I'm sure we can entertain ourselves.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hold up. Pause. Time out. Let's avoid whatever you're thinking about. You're looking for some new sounds, right? A novelty you've never heard before.
Yes.
I got just the thing.
Who needs that?
I've heard this. Do I keep playing this? Yeah, it's 100% copyrighted. I don't want to listen to this. Oh, no, no. Oh, it's terrible. I don't want this in my life. I'm just... I'll spare your ears. We'll skip past it.
Wow, this is horrendous. It's the worst thing I've ever heard in all my centuries of living.
But he loves it.
I mean, it's absolutely atrocious. I love it.
Yep.
Your enjoyment confuses me.
Slanesh is the worst Chaos God. I agree. I agree. Ugh. Yeah, honestly, getting skinned in that case is preferable. Okay, hang on.
Thank you for coming, and congratulations.
Oh no, I want... One sec. I've got to pull up my playlist again. Oh, we need... No, actually...
You were born...
We need... One sec. I'm pulling up the Grey Knights video.
You were born screaming on a backwater.
Okay. This is the Grey Knights one. This is the one that you guys wanted. You requested. Okay. Oh, I didn't link the previous video. Sorry. It's lost in the void. Okay. Your life as a Grey Knight.
You were born screaming on a backwater, angry world where the biggest threat was drought and the occasional crop failure. The kind of place where everyone knew everyone's name and nobody locked their doors, because what was there to steal besides bad grain and borrowed hope?
Someone's parents are dying here. This reminds me of the Blood Angels one.
Your parents died when you were 6 in a pirate raid, the kind of random violence that hits backwater worlds when someone with guns decides your planet looks undefended enough. The village raised you after because that's what communities did when a child had nowhere else to go. You had your own little group too. Kale taught you to fight with sticks and told you stories
Oh yeah, he's dead.
about being brave. Mira made you laugh when the nightmares came, when you'd wake up crying about faces you couldn't quite remember anymore. Tomos followed you everywhere like a devoted shadow, calling you his best friend before he even knew what that
He's also dead.
meant. Then the vision started. Actual visions, not dreams or intuition or lucky guesses. You'd see tomorrow's storm 3 days early, next week's accident while eating breakfast, that collapsing barn before it collapsed with just enough time to pull the livestock out. At first people called it luck, then instinct, then they started noticing patterns that made them nervous. You learned fast that survival meant hiding it. Growing up, you'd heard stories about psychers, people born with warp powers, who could see futures or move things with their minds. The stories always ended the same way. Psychers attracted demons, and demons killed everyone nearby. So you pretended to be observant, studied weather patterns obsessively, made lucky guesses based on careful analysis that kept you 3 steps ahead without anyone noticing the steps. Because if people knew what you were, they'd either kill you themselves or wait for something worse to do it for them. At 14, the vision came that changed everything. Warp-tainted storm with...
You are not getting some. Instead, you are becoming a space marine. Sorry, brother. The Emperor needs you.
Purple lightning. Your village wouldn't survive it. You saw that clearly. Saw everyone you loved torn apart by something that wasn't just weather anymore. So you stopped hiding. You didn't know what you were doing, just instinct and desperation and stubborn refusal to let them die. Stood in the field alone and reached out with everything you had. Felt the storm's anger like a living thing pressing against your mind. It worked. The storm veered away, and the village lived.
Brothers, this boy is powerful if he can do that. Holy moly.
You collapsed in the mud, unconscious for 3 days, and created a psychic flare bright enough to be seen from orbit by anyone with the right sensors. 3 days after you woke up, they arrived. Agents of the Imperium's black ships, vessels that travel the galaxy hunting for psychers. Black ships collect psychic children for the Emperor, either to fuel his throne on Terra or to be trained as weapons. One crew member looked at you with red eyes behind a hood and didn't blink for the entire conversation. He tested you with a touch that felt like your mind getting examined like cargo at a checkpoint. You passed the inspection. He spoke to the village elder quietly while you stood there pretending not to understand. The translation was simple enough though. Unbound psychers attract war predators. We can protect your people, but only if the source is removed. They didn't want you for the Emperor's throne. You were too strong, too useful
good
for something
you.
else. Special training was all they said, which sounded official until you noticed how carefully they didn't call it optional. You looked at Kale, at Mira, at Tomos, at the village that raised you when you had nothing. The math was simple and brutal. You leave, or everyone dies with something far worse than a storm shows up. You said you'd go. Kale gripped your shoulder hard enough to bruise, but didn't know what to say. Mira cried and made you a necklace from scrap wire and a purity charm from local tradition.
Is this, purity charm going to save him later? Who knows? Who knows?
Nothing fancy, just something to remember them by. She begged you to come back and you promised because what else could you do? Tomos made you promise out loud 3 times with a pinky promise, like that would make it more likely to actually happen. You promised, you meant it, and it was probably the only time you wished your visions had warned you. The black ship had restraint cells on the lower decks. Other psychers inside, young and terrified and chained like cargo. You understood immediately that this wasn't training, this was collection. They searched everyone before departure. Possessions destroyed under purity protocols that didn't allow for sentiment or exceptions. You thought fast, feigned a psychic episode with seizure symptoms that warp proximity causes in untrained minds.
Necklace.
In the connection, you noticed the ship rat, but this one was clever with eyes too aware from warp exposure. You reached out with just a flicker of psychic contact and created a bond, unconscious and instinctive. Then hid the necklace in its nest deep in ventilation shafts where nobody bothered looking. The rat felt your imprint and guarded it. You thought you were clever enough to hide it and get it later, not knowing you'd never see it the same way again. The ship didn't go to Terra like they told the village. It went to Titan, Saturn's moon, where a secret fortress existed that most of the Imperium didn't know about. A place that trained the Grey Knights, demon hunters, so classified that even other space marines thought they were myths. The ship entered the warp and you watched the stars disappear through the
bedtime stories for space marines. Yeah, I could get behind that.
Viewport. But you know what's better than getting drafted into someone else's war? Running your own. Which brings us to today's sponsor, Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus. You know what they say, if you can't beat 'em, command 'em. So Tacticus is turn-based strategy on mobile. You've got 120 plus champions across 21 factions, Space Marines, Necrons, Chaos, Eldari, basically the whole 41st millennium, and the Hex grid does not forgive lazy plays. I mean, look, you can absolutely just charge forward yelling for the Emperor. You will also absolutely lose. Every fight comes down to where you're standing when you use your abilities, and whether you remembered which units counter what. Because the game will absolutely punish you for sending a melee unit into a sniper's line of sight when you had 3 better options. Right now, Tacticus is celebrating Warhammer Skulls with a Dawn of War 4 collaboration, which, if you're a Warhammer fan, is genuinely the crossover of the year.
It's
2
very
new champions
cool.
are dropping. Cyrus, captain of the Blood Ravens chapter, an assassin who lays haywire.
Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna leave with obviously this is not how you say his name. Thothmek. He is a thought. Obviously, you say it Thothmek, but thought.
Minds and strikes from the shadows. And Thothmek, a Necron chronomancer who bends time to suppress enemies and shield allies. The Skulls event also brings a brand new survival mode called The Last Stand, starting May 24th, where you hold the line against endless enemy waves with Cyrus at the front. And then on May 28th, there's a 2-week campaign event pitting the Necrons against the Dark Angels, with Lionel Johnson himself as the final legendary boss. So if you want to check it out, download Tacticus free using my link below or scan the QR code on screen and use code GAME4TACTICUS to grab 50 Blackstones, 3,000 gold, and 10 shards of Marnie's
You can let Dante
Code's
rest
valid
in
until
that
June
game.
22nd. Alright, back to Titan. The black ship docked at Titan. They separated you from the other Psychers. Those went to holding cells for processing. You went somewhere else. A Grey Knight in silver armor gestured you forward toward the chapter's fortress. The fortress monastery was void, cold, and absolute, the kind of architecture that made you feel small just by existing near it. They stripped you of everything, all possessions destroyed, and cataloged as impure materials. You touched the empty space on your neck. Good thing you hit it on the ship. Otherwise, it'd be ash now. They sent you to the Chamber of Trials with 30 other selected Psychers. Pass, and you become a Grey Knight. Fail, and you disappear. Run, and you also disappear, just faster. They shot 3 aspirants the first night for trying, made everyone watch. The only exit is through the trials or through a bolt round. 99% failure rate, though they didn't mention that up front, but you figured it out when aspirants started disappearing. Great recruitment pitch, should have led with that. You made it through by being smarter than the pain, predicting tests before they started, analyzing patterns that kept you alive. That cleverness saved you, the same cleverness that hid your powers for years. Then, the 666 rituals began, and cleverness stopped mattering. They strapped you to a medical slab in the Sanctum of Purity. Hypno-indoctrination that rewrote your thoughts during forced sleep. Psychic surgery with prognosticars. Grey Knight psychers who could see possible futures, who carved through your mind to erase the timelines where you failed. Memory extraction that pulled everything out piece by piece while you were conscious and couldn't move. You tried to resist, built walls in your mind, safe rooms for the important things, locked away names and faces and repeated them like prayers. The prognosticars found your walls immediately, tore them down with psychic force. Week 1 in the Sanctum, couldn't remember the village name during a memory test. Month 3 in the combat cages, couldn't remember their faces anymore, just 3 people. Month 6 in psychic conditioning, couldn't remember why 3 mattered. Year 1 after final trials, couldn't remember if there was anything to remember. They burned those memories, left only the path where you survive and never fall. What remained was just instinct. Your problem solving became combat tactics. That protective urge became anti-demon zeal. Nothing conscious left to exploit. Years of surgeries and gene seed implantation and combat drills. They implanted the Emperor's gene seed, not a Primarch's like other space.
Ooh. Ooh, can I get this one, please? I would like that. Very much.
Marine chapters received from their genetic fathers, but the God Emperor's own template, direct from the source, made you a better psychic conduit. Silver purity seals beneath your skin, psychic wards embedded in flesh.
Wow.
3 other aspirants survived training with you. Garan, Thane, Alex. You formed a squad because that's what survivors did. We protect each other became your motto. You didn't know why it resonated beyond tactical meaning, it just did. You learn what Grey Knights actually do. Other Space Marine chapters fight aliens and traitors. You fight demons, warp entities made of pure chaos that corrupt anything they touch. They twist minds just by being near them, turn loyal soldiers into monsters through exposure alone. This is why witnesses die. This is why secrecy matters. This is why weakness gets you executed. One corrupted Grey Knight could doom an entire world. You learn the doctrine. No Grey Knight has ever fallen to chaos. Not one, not in 10,000 years. You believed it. You'd make sure it stayed true. First deployment, demon-infested Forge World. Industrial planet making weapons for the Imperium. You channeled psychic power through your sword, spoke banishment rites in languages that hurt to pronounce, felt the demon unravel as reality rejected it. Then watch your squad execute 200 Imperial Guardsmen who'd fought beside you. They'd seen Grey Knights use psychic powers, witnessed classified techniques, heard demon true names spoken aloud. Secrecy breach, standard protocol. You asked Garan if this was normal. He said witnesses are liabilities. You helped with the executions. Years later, deployment to clear a demon-corrupted transport. Routine work until you see a rat eyeing you. Almost following you. It ran when it saw you finally noticing. For some reason, you decide to follow it. You found the rat in the ventilation system, impossibly alive from warp exposure, still guarding its nest. You found the same necklace and felt nothing except a faint echo. This meant something once. You rationalized immediately, recovered purity charm worth keeping. You kept it as a focus, you didn't think about it again. You're a full Grey Knight now. Chamber Militant of the Ordo Malleus, the Inquisition's demon hunting division. Decades of deployments made your squad legendary. Demon purges across the Imperium, worlds saved before corruption could spread. You were noted for tactical brilliance, that buried cleverness keeping your brothers alive when other squads fell.
Good job.
Your minds linked during combat through the Egregore, psychic battle link that merged 4 minds into one. You felt Garan's targeting appear in your head like your own thought. Thane's shields wrapped around all 4 of you without asking. Alex knew where you'd strike before you moved. Perfect coordination. Then came Armageddon. Industrial hive world producing weapons for entire sectors.
It always
billions
comes
of
back
workers,
to Armageddon.
critical infrastructure the Imperium couldn't lose. Angron manifested, the demon primarch of the World Eaters, a corrupted demigod, 3 stories tall, leading an army of berserkers. Your chapter deployed in force. The battle took weeks. You spoke banishment rites while standing in corpse piles. Angron fell, dragged back into the warp screaming.
You gonna talk about how heavy of a freaking toll that was? It was insane!
Victory. The Forges survived. Then came the math. Billions witnessed demon manifestation. Billions saw Grey Knights fight. Exposure to greater demons leaves psychic taint in witnesses' minds. Corruption spreads like disease. One infected worker goes home, spreads it to his family. The infection grows until decades later, the entire hive summons demons. The order? Purge the population. All of it. You spent months executing civilians. Efficient, methodical. The Space Wolves showed up halfway through, another loyalist Space Marine chapter. They called it genocide, started killing Grey Knights to stop it. The Space Wolves lost, the purge continued, the planet got repopulated later with fresh workers. Garan said approved doctrine works. Thane didn't talk for weeks, Alex kept asking if they'd been right. You didn't question it, you'd seen what demon corruption does. Then Thane started slowing down. You noticed during training, 0.3 seconds late, the egregore link stuttered. That's how you knew he was done. Milliseconds in reaction time, but milliseconds kill in demon combat. He'd pushed too hard during a banishment, burned out his psychic reserves saving the squad. Apothecaries, the chapter's medical specialists, confirmed psychic exhaustion, not corruption. Recoverable with rest, temporary weakness. Temporary. Grey Knights don't do temporary. Verdict? Weekend Knights are liabilities. Honorable termination recommended. Thane knelt and accepted it. Garan froze, started saying something about brotherhood. You didn't freeze. Demons don't wait. You executed him clean.
Bro.
The egregore link tore, like losing a limb you didn't know you had. Garan commented on your lack of hesitation. Hesitation kills. He understood that. Something in Garan shifted that day. Months later, he was seeing weakness everywhere, executing problems before they existed. During deployment, Alex showed fatigue and Garan killed him mid-operation without consultation. You realized Garan's paranoia was more dangerous than Thane's exhaustion ever was. The prognosticators agreed. Psychological imbalance, operational liability. You received the order. Garan was waiting in the training cages. He knew. Asked you to do it before he failed, before he became the thing he'd been preventing. You raise your blade. For 1 microsecond, something flickered. This feels wrong. Conditioning crushed it. You executed Garan. You touched the necklace and felt nothing except familiar weight. You almost threw it away later, almost questioned why you kept it, but it helped you focus. That was reason enough. Your next deployment orders didn't include a planet name you recognized, just coordinates and threat assessment.
Yeah, I wonder what planet it is and what he will be forced to do at the conclusion of his mission.
Major demon incursion. Greater demon of Tzeentch. Chaos god of change and lies. Chaos cult summoning ritual in progress. Standard work, the kind of thing you've done hundreds of times. You arrive to a world burning with purple lightning, arcing between clouds that moved wrong. The cult had opened a doorway using an old warp scar as anchor. Decades old and festering. The scar registered on your psychic senses like a beacon, and when you scanned it deeper, the signature matched yours perfectly. The greater demon manifested. Bird-shaped and crystalline, made of lies and broken futures, it spoke directly into your mind, mocking you for returning to the beacon you'd created decades ago. The wound you'd left when your power screamed from this place. Apparently, demons love monologuing. It's like their only personality trait besides murder. You'd never been here. The village was half destroyed, caught between cultist attacks and demon manifestation, but survivors were still fighting.
Oh, that's rough, buddy.
Your hand went to the necklace unconsciously, the way it always did during psychic strain.
Oh,
you didn't understand the thought or where it came from or why these strangers would matter to you specifically. Now you do. Your training snapped into place like a vault slamming shut. Demonic emotional manipulation. The tug was false nostalgia planted by Tzeentch. The faces were warp-spawned illusions. The sense of connection was corruption, attempting to...
Oh, that's even worse. I thought it was just gonna be like he realizes, no, he actually thinks they're... Oh, no.
Find a way in. Your tactical analysis ran automatically. The civilians had been exposed to a greater demon's direct presence for hours. They'd also witnessed Grey Knights, which was a secrecy breach, and the warp scar originated from this exact location, which made them ground zero for contamination. They were vectors for taint, whether they knew it or not. So you would protect them from taint, from what they'd seen, from what they could become. You authorized the purge.
Oh. The piggy, no! No, 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 no.
The psychic tug vanished, just silence where something had been pulling before. Demon taint all along, emotional resonance trying to create an opening for corruption. Your squad channeled the rite of exorcism. You spoke the demon's true name, forbidden knowledge carved into your mind during the 666 rituals, and watched the creature unravel as reality rejected it. The warp scar sealed shut. Mission successful, threat eliminated, witnesses purged, secrecy maintained. The village burned behind you as standard purge protocols turned everything to ash. You stood watching the flames consume what was left and pulled the necklace from your armor. You walked toward the fire and held it over the flames. Let go. You watched it burn and felt nothing except the satisfaction of proper procedure followed. No time to dwell. Next deployment orders already waiting in the gunship's data slate. The Great Rift tore the galaxy in half 3 years ago. Black ships stopped arriving. No new psychers meant no new recruits. Chapter strength hemorrhaging. You hear they're raiding loyal chapters now, stealing their librarians, hiding the evidence. You'll probably get that order next, and you'll follow it, because you always do. Because this is all you are. There's nothing left.
Brother. So I did notice, here, I'm gonna link the video first. I did notice that when he was talking about so like when he was seeing visions of his like family members dying, that the little boy had a gaping hole in his chest. 1 second. Where is it?
That changed everything. Warp tainted storm with purple lightning. Your village wouldn't survive it.
The broken sword, you see the blue, the hole in his chest. I remembered this detail because I thought it was interesting. It was him all along. It was very clever foreshadowing. I didn't notice the blue pinpricks, because obviously you're supposed to think it's like a Tzeentch demon. That's just kind of the vibe it gives off, but I remembered this, and when he got shot, I was like, oh, bro. But I wasn't psycher enough to call it out in advance. So, you know. Okay. So, let's see. What do we have time for? It is very Warhammer. Let's do this video on the Angry Marines. Because I saw it and I thought, oh, you know. The stick shattered immediately and I realized, yeah, well done, honestly. Really good writing. Yeah, the hole in the chest, I remember that one just because normally when people like animate, like, oh, this guy died, it's not usually a hole in the chest like that. I don't know. Anyways, Angry Marines, and then I think we'll call it. I think.
Hi.
Let me check the audio really fast.
Hi, I'm Arthur.
Okay, that looked good. I do wonder if the animator artists are basing the stories on some GW books. Oh, they're definitely doing their research, because the Blood Angels one was definitely, it had some like little tidbits or stuff that was like similar to Dante. It wasn't one to one. But it was similar. So 100% he's doing his research.
Hi, I'm Arthur.
Hi, Arthur.
And this is part 11 in a 20-part series I am
Watch
doing
his
covering
other
fan-favorite
parts.
successor chapters in order of the legions. Do you need to have seen the other parts to understand this one?
No, but he would like it if you watched them, so please do that.
No, but it would make me happy. I've been sitting on this for a while, and I just want you to know that this is something I hope you all feel is special. I honestly hope you think this is a beautiful opportunity to find out more about each other. The community of 40K is a beautiful ecosystem filled with...
Are we going to share our feelings? Is this how we're learning about each other? Chat, we're going to sit in a circle, we're going to hold hands, and we're going to talk about our feelings, okay? Okay? Sit crisscross applesauce. Get ready.
Every creature you could ever imagine, from thriving giants to minuscule parasites. You can see the life cycles of a bunch of different fans throughout the universe of 40K. I enjoy conflicting and differing opinions. I love the idea of being able to feel one way about a topic and then have someone tell me that my beliefs on said topic are not correct and also I'm an idiot. Because from their perspective,
I think solid debate, like polite, respectful debate is awesome. Like, I don't think we all have to have the same opinions on things. Honestly, that's like one of the best parts about being a human is that we all kind of disagree. And as long as we can talk civilly about it, I think that's good.
They're right, and I have to wonder if they are right and see where there's a grain of truth or not. The idea of creation is fun. The idea of creation of such beautiful fan content is also some of the greatest aspects of the 40K community. So with that being said, there is no 11th Legion. We cover shit that is unknown for the 2nd and the 11th. So today, fuck the monetary incentives. To hell with the chicken shit pleasantries. We're talking about the goddamn Angry Marines.
He's angry.
Fucking go! We're talking about the Angry Marines, which, weirdly enough, are not so much talked about these days as they seem to have been cycled out of the cultural zeitgeist, which makes sense as they are a relic of a bygone era. To put it bluntly, the Angry Marines are the old 40K community's tulpa. Like, they rose up as a response to what they loved about old 40K. The violence, the anger, the idiocy, the lack of coherent writing, and by God, the stupid weapons. There isn't lore for the Angry Marines. There are simply a bunch of collective fever dreams that became real. I mean, okay, there is lore, but you know, it's not really what matters when discussing the Angry Marines. Like, they are the last remaining sons of the 2nd Legion. They are the final bastion of their Primarch's rage made manifest, and they are also a chapter I do not suggest going to read if you get easily upset by extreme profanity. And I mean extreme profanity. The amount of censoring I'm going to have to do to even have this video be seen by people is insane. But yeah, the Angry Marines are a chapter of melee-obsessed Space Marines who, at any given moment, are filled with a rage so brutal, so extreme, that outside of their armor, they have a passive heat shimmer that is constantly radiating off of them at all times from how
it's an aura.
Simmering their hatred is. They don't have tactics. They don't care for strategy.
Glorious
they care
melee.
only for killing things they hate by whatever means they have available, which is
any
okay.
means.
They hate most things, so they tried to kill everything. They even tried to kill fire once, which didn't end well. I mean, for the fire. Well, rather, the planet that the fire was attached to, but you get my point. Their entire existence is such an interesting cross-section of the 40K fandom at the time, as it was an encapsulation of what everyone who played 40K thought Space Marines were, amped up to, like, 11. They have some of the most interesting weapons in the setting, with power baseball bats and power steel chairs to bash the enemies of mankind over the head with. They hate chaos and serve the Emperor, even if Korn thinks they would be kind of neat to have on their side. Honestly, if I remember correctly, they actually probably hate Korn the most out of all the Chaos Gods. Though it's kind of hard to tell. They think Karn's okay, which is, I mean, yeah, I get it. They are a violent hate storm of barely coherent Marines that decide their chapter master and captains, not by who is the best in combat, but by who is the angriest at any given moment. Or hell, they sometimes just throw caution to the wind and just pick their favorite guy out of a hat. They have an extensive history, fan content, fan art, and wiki pages on fan wikis. I researched them to death. I like to think pretty extensively, actually, but there really isn't much you can say without sounding like you were just going in circles. They are a circle with an angry face drawn in it.
They are just angry,
okay,
that's it.
Let's do something that's a little bit more structured, because it sounds like I'm jumping around a bit too much. Let's get a little personal here. One of my first experiences with the 40k fan base and 40k as a setting was this comic right here. It's big. Just follow me on this. I used to follow a pretty humble Let's Play channel that has since more or less dissolved, and that was Two Best Friends Play. And one of the side fellows who would show up from time to time was this feller named Plague of Gripes. I still follow Plague, and I love his content, even if he does upload only sporadically. His weird introspective content about creativity is one of the reasons I got into making YouTube videos as a whole. But that's besides the point. It turns out that he is, in fact, the creator of one Commissar Ragin' Johnny Fucklaw, who is one of the only commissars to work with a Space Marine chapter because he is too angry to be put in a normal guard regiment. Plague was one of the more prominent figures in the history of the Angry Marines, and he drew this comic years ago, and it's still up on his old DeviantArt page. Now he does some really, interesting things, as he doesn't really seem to cover 40k as much as he used to, but I still follow him as his YouTube channel still puts out some pretty high quality videos if you're more interested in introspective dissections of random topics.
He's got abs.
I still follow a lot of the old 40k meme guys from back in the day who created a lot of the cultural zeitgeist material pieces from back in the day, you know, like Plague of Gripes, Mr. Calexis, Eliphas, etc., etc. These artists still have stuff linked with their old meme royalty shit that they used to pump out. I am getting a bit lost in the weeds here, but this is my point. I love the Angry Marines for what they represent. I think they are a fun fan-made faction that has a lot of community support. There are still probably people who play Angry Marines on the tabletop and model their miniatures to be Angry Marines, and they probably will until the day they leave the hobby or die, whichever comes first, because it's usually death. What is my opinion on the Angry Marines, which is something that probably none of you are thinking? They're alright. Not really my thing, but kind of funny in like a pre-2016 internet kind of humor way. Like, the humor hasn't aged too well, and that's not me saying, like, how a lot of people tend to get upset with a lot of edgy humor from, like, the early 2010s. It's more just the jokes that they have back then are just corny. They're predicated on the all-caps rage style of communication that they thought was kind of funny, and it can be pretty corny and kind of just not funny, because a lot of the jokes just don't land for me these days, but I do find that there is charm in that. They are obnoxious, they are loud, they exemplify no good writing tropes, and people still love them for the single gimmick that they mad, and they very mad, which is really damn funny. There is a bunch of meme Marines other than them that I might cover one day, because these things need to be talked about more and more as they get further in the rear view mirror, you know? Preservation,
you don't wanna lose
and
them. Yes,
also,
I
like,
agree.
the only videos that are around discussing the Angry Marines are not really the best, so I thought I'd cover them in the modern era and throw my 2 cents in so that the modern generation can understand that they're a thing that exists and are kind of fun. Maybe I'll revisit them more in the future and actually give like a really in-depth dissection of them, their cultural background, where they came from, and just like the actual lore of them, other than just giving you a bunch of memes strewn about this entire video. They are a meme chapter created by people on 4chan's TG board, and because of that, they have all the trappings of something that fits those criteria, so there isn't really much point of me getting into the nitty-gritty if it's all going to end up being saying the same thing, right? But if you want a more in-depth look at everything about them, maybe I will do it. This is more of a primer to show how I am looking at all places and enjoy the history of these fellas. But if you want a long-form video about them, then just let me know in the comments, as I will be checking for this one.
Ooh.
Also, remember to like and subscribe, as I want to try and hit 100,000 subs by the end of this year, which will be tough, but I want to shoot for the moon, you know? Get that silver.
When? That was a year ago. He definitely hit it, guys. But get him to 200,000. He's at 187,000 at the time of watching, so, you know, get him there. He has a silver plaque.
Play button and then like light it on fire for the amusement of myself and others. Alongside that, special thanks to my channel members for supporting me, and if you want to support me as well as gain access to additional content, then become a channel member today. It will give you access to a bunch of additional things. Thanks once again for watching, and before I go, I just want to say the chapter's battle cry of always angry all the time has become such a common phrase in my vocabulary that I genuinely have infected other non-40k players to start saying it, and I think that is just neat.
Well done. Good job. You gotta infect your non-Warhammer friends. You gotta teach them the Warhammers. You have to. But slowly. You don't, like, give it to them all at once. Slowly, okay? There you go. There's the video. Go follow Arthur. I think I said this last time. I gotta set up a collab with him. I like to show him the sick chaos side first. Ah, man, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. I don't think I have a command for Arthur. I don't think I have one. I should make one. Let me look. No, I don't have one for Arthur. All right, mods, add that to my list, please. Of things I need to do. Would you say your armor is yellow or gold? Gold. Thank you for the bits, CQB. Gold, for sure. For sure. Telling feelings, sitting in a circle holding hands, that's a ritual, which is heresy. Whoa. Not if a rune priest is overseeing it. And Sinkira, thank you for the 4 months. It's not heresy. It's not. How dare you accuse me of heresy? I am a loyal servant of the Emperor, sir. Are mods like librarians? No. You chat, you guys are like guardsmen. You guys are like guardsmen, so they're ranked a little differently, but think of them, they're similar to commissars. Think of them like that. It's just a bit different. No, the mods aren't sanctioned psychers. They're more like commissars. That's how that works. Yes, you are the cannon fodder, but you are stylish looking cannon fodder. Isn't that nice? Lucky you. Lucky you. Congratulations. You've been drafted. Especially if you get gifted a sub, you've definitely been drafted at that point. So, okay. Let's see if we can do a raid. I know I saw Aya was streaming on YouTube. I don't know if I can raid her. I'll have to check. Let me see. Boom. I'm looking on Twitch. Because, you know, we haven't streamed in a little bit, so we should do a raid or something. I gotta follow more people because I always end up like, oh, there's people I want to raid, but they're bigger than me. She ended already? Aw, man. Man. That's a shame. Because I saw she was doing Warhammer stuff tonight while I was like looking at videos. Did we? I think we rated her the other week, but that's okay. We'll rate her again because why not? There seems to be this lovely lady named Tori. She's playing Pal World, so we'll rate her because that seems like a nice chill time. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me. Oh yeah, chat, I hope you haven't been skipping your leg day because I have not told you to not skip leg day. I did legs today, so you should do your leg day, okay? Look, I didn't slack off while I was away. I mean, maybe a little bit. There are some days I just could not get a workout in just due to circumstance. So, you know, that we do allow for grace. We do allow for grace here. Yes, the holy leg day. I'm gonna go for a run soon. Good. Get your ankle weights on. The running could be even harder. Make the running even harder. Anyways, thank you for hanging out with me. I missed you guys. I always, it felt weird doing a stream today. I was like, huh? Like, it feels weird when I just don't stream like this. So, thank you all for hanging out with me. Please do not skip leg day. I will see you tomorrow. It's community night. We're gonna do Space Marine 2 or Dark Tide. I haven't decided. Haven't decided, but we'll see how it goes anyways. Don't skip it.